With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. His dreams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shoot of feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. One ticked off across the board with charge to what because his code can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. He's snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if actually fun. His child can't see if powers make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over it and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to a very impromptu stream of DSP Bingo for today, Saturday the 13th of April 2024. Let me just explain very quickly up front, I was not planning on doing a bingo stream. Earlier on today, Vega hit me up on Discord and asked me to send him a bingo card because I think he was planning to do a stream. However, I don't know what happened to him. I've not heard from him for a few hours. He may have fell asleep, something may have come up, I don't know. Hopefully all was well for Vega, hopefully he just fucking fell asleep, you know, which would be kind of par for the course for him. But because there's no other restreams whatsoever, apart from Raw Phil and Dark Days Mirror, I thought, I mean, there's no sign of Detractor Beam either. I mean, Detractor Beam are usually around on a Saturday, but I couldn't see them either. So, I was free, I was going to check out a restream. I was going to enjoy a restream, but it kind of turned out that there's none to enjoy, so I thought, if I can't enjoy a restream, I might as well just do the fucking thing myself as usual. So, fuck it, you know, we're kind of ready to fucking go, I guess, and we got Bingo L prepared and all that jazz. I've even got a card ready to go, and Phil's live and everything else, and yeah, we're essentially good to go. I have a plan of action, okay? We have a little video on standby. DSP tries at Mojo 101, Phil's angry Friday night salt fight thing. Instead of watching some of that now and building up, speed up, just how about this? We can just watch the bingo and play the bingo right now and enjoy the bingo, and if we catch up to live DSP or whatever, and we need to build up, speed up just later on, we can take a little brief break from it and enjoy some of this. That's what I was thinking.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Kill Denson for the super chat, who says, wait, a Saturday stream, I'm too hungover. Nah, I mean, this was very unplanned, as I said, you know what I mean? I wasn't going to do a stream today, but the fact of the matter is that I was going to enjoy a stream myself, and there was none to be found, at least, you know, not as far as I got any. I didn't look too hard, mind you, it's probably, I mean, also, I know Raw Phil and Dark Days Mirror are two obvious ones, whatever, but some people, I mean, I do quite like Dark Dave and Raw Phil, especially for me. Raw Phil is fantastic to use, especially for making a video because the chat's there as well. But yeah, some people do prefer having some sort of filter over Phil's blethering, you know what I mean? Which I know is why people can't appreciate the bingo sometimes, and so fuck it. If I couldn't find a restream to enjoy myself, I just kind of thought, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Anyway, bingo. We have everything ready to go. We have everything good to go. This is the card that I was going to use with it. This is what I sent to Vega. This is the card I sent to Vega. And so we're just going to use that very same card. You know, so if it wins, then you can blame Vega or thank him. If it doesn't win, we can blame him. There we go, fuck it. So this is the bingo card we have for today's show. We need Phil to touch his ear. Him to say time, here's the thing, idiot, and him doing a Y or a T pose. In the second row is Phil saying Twitter or X. That being said, shout out to that being said. There you go, it is what it is, and him being all defence mode. The third row is Phil butchering the word, him saying necessarily, tired, schedule, and wrong. The fourth row is Phil saying detractor or trolls, him messing with his phone, him saying honest, on demand, and in fact. And the fifth and final row It's Phil giving a good old turbo nose, him saying update million, friend, and react. That's the bingo card we have for today's impromptu show. Impromptu show. I'm butchering words already. Although I'm meant to, I'm Scottish. Anyway, fuck it. That's the bingo card we have for today. Hopefully we can pick a win. Of course, the aim of the game, as you guys will know, is for us to try and get a full house, 25 out of 25 on the bingo board you see before you on the screen. And if we manage to do that, we'll add $25 to the bingo prize fund, which is currently sitting at $100. And yeah, full house 25 out of 25 equals a $25 addition to the bingo prize fund. And of course, at the very end of the month, one of you guys can potentially win that entire bingo prize fund when we have a marble race to determine who gets to win it. But you're only eligible to be in with a chance of winning that bingo prize fund if you leave a comment on the community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream. If you've not left a comment yet in the community post, do it before the end of the month so you're in with a chance of winning that bingo prize fund. And of course, there's a variety of ways as well for us to get free space to help us on our way to a full house. For example, if Phil snorts or burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that gives us a free space. And if we get 100 likes on the stream before we finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate the 100 likes. I think I've covered all the bases. I think I've ticked all the boxes. Let's just press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
Scotland forever!
And on that note, it's time go. I mean, again, I do apologise for the very impromptu short notice, but good luck, everybody. Here we go.
What is going on, everyone? On today's show, I got a big update regarding Street Fighter 6.
Is this normal speed? Did I forget to go 1.2? I did give him. Oh, you slow talking bastard. Let me rewind that and let's just go 1.25.
What is going on, everyone? On today's show, I got a big update regarding Street Fighter 6, including my new performance since I've returned to the game in the last week, as well as my getting banned from playing online. Also, an update regarding an upcoming documentary about me and how I'm going to be approaching it, and very interesting news story to discuss today. So we've got a lot going on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Bring this up because I need you to refocus your support if you were already planning on supporting me this weekend.
This one's for all my baby girls. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Fucking loser.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
Sorry guys, I want to just mute his fucking music. You know how it is. It's pish music.
Alrighty, good morning everyone, and welcome to the show. Today is April 13th, 2024, a Saturday, and I say welcome to all of my regular viewers and people who enjoy my content here on DSP Gaming, as well as to the thousands of idiots who rewatch this on another channel that snips it out of context and makes it look bad. Welcome anyway. Hope you're all feeling well and having a good weekend. Well, we have a few interesting topics today for sure to discuss. First of all, another very minor improvement, but one that is much appreciated. OP Boone helped me to understand how to get this leaderboard to auto center. You know, something that I could have used the last 7 years.
Is he serious? Did he not know how to auto center? Please, Phil, please explain to the audience how to auto center it and how you're fucking educated in this.
So now, when I actually update this leaderboard with any information, for example, watch this, it just auto centers, so I don't have to keep moving it. That didn't work. Wait a minute.
Great, what a test, Phil. Fantastic example. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god, he broke it immediately. Good one, Phil.
Maybe I have to do it on every single page. I do have to do it on every single page. Oh, every single page I use it, I have to set this. So now it's screwed up. Now it's screwed up. Okay, well, it would have been centered, except that I have to set it up on every page I use it, which I didn't know. Let's see what happens here. It auto-centered. See that? So now if I type it again.
What do you mean? I mean, hold on. I didn't see that.
What happens here? It auto-centered. See that?
It didn't auto-center. You just deleted it until it was back to where it was.
That. So now if I type it again.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
It worked. See that? Cool. Okay, so now I don't have to mess around with the leaderboard as much, which is excellent. Any little improvements always greatly appreciated. Shout out to OP Boone, who sent me the instructions on how to do that. And now that makes it a little bit easier. So, welcome to the show, everyone. And we got a lot to talk about today. All right, first of all, as you know, in the last week, I have mixed up the content on this channel to make it feel more fresh. And one of the things that I did is I returned to Street Fighter 6. After 2.5 months away, Friday Night Fights returning, but also mixing in a few other sessions during the course of the week. And I have an update not only on my performance of how I did this return week, but also of something that happened last night where I was not allowed to play multiplayer, at least in a full capacity, for a limited time, and it very much frustrated me.
And I think it's best to educate you guys now on what actually happened. Oh, first of all, time. Second of all, you guys want to see what happened to Phil last night, which caused him to kind of get... He's not exactly banned from games, but technically he's like being cautioned. And it's because Phil kept, you know, rage quitting out of certain games against players.
There you go. Yak Almighty said, I went to my local tournament. All players were Luke's and Ken's on leverless controllers. It was crazy. I was the only JP. Yeah, because they're all brainless idiots. Wow, they are fucking idiots. Ow. What the fuck? They all just copy the same shit. You know, they have no intelligent thought or knowledge of the game. They just fucking do the same pattern shit as everybody else and try to squeeze out wins. So here we go. Here's what I need to do. This is the same troll from last week. So now the match is registered, correct? Because now the match is going on, so it actually is registered. So this should register. Now if I quit out of the match, now I should be able to block this person, correct? But I had to basically have the match start before I could do that. But that's fine, because I'm trying to block all idiotic trolls, you know, so that I don't have to waste time on these idiots anymore moving forward. Because as you know, I'm going to play more of this. I'm going to use new characters and stuff. I'm going to be doing more casual play even when I get back to rank. So best to just IP ban these idiots now. Especially when there's nothing at stake, right? So let me do that. Hopefully that shows up as a an actual person now that I can, you know, block them. It worked last time, but I had to be in the match. That's the thing. I actually had to be in the match for it to count. Before I quit out of a match the other night. Before the match started, and then they didn't show up in my list. They should show up now. Go to profile, history. No, they still don't show up. You actually have to play an entire match. How stupid is that? I want you to think about that. They force you to play an entire match with this loser before you can actually block them. And I've already spanked that guy. That's the same troll who I already beat him a million times, and he comes back. So I guess I have to play him again and beat him again, and then I can ban him. What a fucking loser. In reality, the only people who say stupid shit like that are jealous idiots. You know, right now, I've had incredible, overwhelming positivity and success in the last month and a half of my life, and people are so butthurt about it. They are so angry and butthurt. People who don't like me right now are probably typing away at their computers. I can't believe it. He reached another vest goal. How can he do that? Listen to how he answers this question. My butt hurts so bad. And they do it every single fucking day because they're losers. And they come on the streams and they try to derail, you know, and tough shit. Again, these are the same people. I've been playing them forever. I just didn't realize that you could change your name on here. Until recently, I played the same cameo like 4 matches in a row, and each one was a different name, and I was like, oh, that's the same person? So then I blocked them once, and it literally blocked every version of their account. I was like, oh, okay. So at least it gets it right. At least it kind of IP blocks the way it should. But I need to, I guess, play a whole match against them first, which is really stupid. Again, fighting game people not thinking, right? They're just not being with their matchmaking and everything. It's just really stupid. Yak Almighty, I don't complain about leverless controllers because I don't experience them. I've never used one. I'm sure that perhaps there's some kind of an advantage if so many people are adopting them. Much like how everyone playing this game competitively has all played it on PC now. No one plays it on console anymore. Obviously, there's some kind of unfair advantage, but I don't play the game in tournaments, so I don't, you know, what am I going to say? I don't really see it or care. Nobody fucking cares. Stop that shit. Yeah, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Look at this. Is there matchmaking down tonight? Can anyone confirm if this is working? How is it that I just got a few matches? Now I can't get a single match. The only thing I can think of is to try to expand, but look, I'm already search range expanded. I mean, if I go to 3 to 5, perhaps? I'm even on crossplay. I'm even on crossplay. Like, I don't know what else I could possibly do here. What's hilarious, someone says, oh, if you disconnect all the time, they only put you with people with high disconnect rate. I've literally disconnected like 3 times in the thousands of matches that I played in the game.
That's not really accurate, Phil. You've disconnected 3 times within the last, what? Ever since Phil returned to this fucking game, essentially. When he brought it back, you know, on rotation, whatever. In the space of a week, it seems to be 3 times. Phil's like trying to encode every single time he played in the previous months where he wasn't playing. No, Phil. You have dropped out quite a few times ever since you brought us back. Someone had the audacity to teabag you, or somebody had the audacity to have a slightly trolling username.
So it should be an infinitesimally small percent of disconnect, so that doesn't make any sense at all what you're saying. I think the matchmaking is fucked up. There we go, finally. So now I got this yellow connection. We might as well, it's the only match available.
So hold on. So people that know better, okay? So people that actually know.
There we go, finally.
So I assume, is this a connection that, so if somebody draws Phil as an opponent, and they see this yellow card as well, next to his name, does that mean Phil is in the same kind of group as them? Like, because I assume Phil's opponent also drops out if it's shown a symbol. I assume this card had been shown to Phil to let him know that his opponent also does this thing, and so they're in the same kind of category. Okay, so Phil's opponent also has been prone to kind of, pulling the plug or whatever, plugging, I think it's called. So yeah, so Phil, yeah, so it's called low priority queuing apparently, yeah. So, and Phil can't handle this. Phil's entire stream essentially got ruined because he chose to plug, and he blames Capcom for this naturally.
So now I got this yellow connection. We might as well, it's the only match available. We're gonna play a yellow connection DJ. I like it was a yellow card.
What's
We
your
should do a
name?
yellow card.
Oh yeah, I was 16. Watch that. Oh yeah. And of course, I love so an Argentina flag as well. Someone also. I mean, I can only think. Okay, look, I imagine this is a scenario. Okay, Phil's trying to find a match, but he can't find a match against normal people because most other people don't plug. This person, whoever it was, I think had to have actually gotten themselves into the low priority queue themselves in order to then get a match with Phil. You think about it, it's like they probably weren't usually plugging themselves, I imagine, but they kind of thought to themselves, let's get Phil here. I'm going to have to plug a couple of times to get the sin bin myself or whatever and get matched with Phil in the fellow low priority queue.
So okay, it's a troll. It's a troll. We can block this person now, thank God. We can now play this match in a laggy connection and I can block the troll.
Oh, and guess who wins, by the way?
Can't do anything. Again, if you don't have a true or wake up reversal, they can do throw mix-ups to top tier characters, you'll get thrown every time.
The troll beat his ass the first round.
Can't do anything. Max jab. So now I can ban this person. So now I quit, and now I can actually ban this person. Okay, good.
The problem is that Phil plugged at the previous game, so he's already in the sin bin, he just doesn't know it properly yet.
And no, he's not good. He's fucking doing drive rush throws. I can't. What do you want me to do with 80 millisecond connection? I literally will never break a throw. He'll just get throws endlessly. So, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Now I don't have to deal with this loser. Good. Now, I wonder if it's the same guy. Probably not. Probably one or two others like that tonight. And we'll block them and then we can play real people. That's hilarious. Someone says that yellow card does mean that you're in low priority for the queue. So literally within the thousands upon thousands of matches that I've played in this game, I've disconnected 3 times, all to trolls who are either playing completely unprofessionally, like teabagging, or having names that were insulting to me and my family. And so I blocked.
Playing unprofessionally. Phil, it happened in casual mode, and you just couldn't handle it and you plugged, which is something you mocked other people for doing themselves.
Out of those matches, and now I'm in the bad priority queue, even though I've done it 3 times in 10 months the game's been out, and the thousands upon thousands.
You done it like 3 times in a week, pal. Never mind, the fucking previous 9 months of the fucking time you weren't, doing that much because you're focused on trying to get to ranked. And let's get this fucking person in master, and let's get this fucking character to fucking master. No. You know what? In the space of a week, essentially, Phil, you plugged 3 times, and the game is recognising your antics for that and punishing you. Your consequences have actions, even in casual mode.
Those are the matches I played. Wow, Capcom knows what they're doing, huh? Capcom really knows what the fuck they're doing, right? That's pretty impressively bad and stupid. I think Capcom should get fucked. What a bunch of morons. Have to debate, is this the better version? Is that the better version? We're actually going to put effort into it and make a great version for all of you. Instead, Capcom did what they always do, and they said, fuck everyone. You were lazy motherfuckers. Poured it out to a third-rate fucking company that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And now here we are, and there's still no definitive edition of these classics. There just isn't. Hey, Capcom, why don't you actually watch a fucking stream to see the kind of shit that the idiotic trolls do on streams of your game before you do a blanket practice that's a fucking stupid and punishes the wrong people? Yeah, well, I'm not.
Can you imagine Capcom watching, like, sitting down, like, imagine a developer at Capcom working on this fucking game, sitting down and watching Phil play this game, and all you hear is the game drop my fucking inputs. These fucking Capcom are fucking morons, dude. Fucking, I didn't press that. And the game's so terribly imbalanced. Capcom are a bunch of dumb fucking morons. What do you think that fucking developer will gain from tuning into a Dark Side Phil stream of him playing Street Fighter 6, other than the fact that he seems to think, oh, this person clearly hates our fucking game? They must be a Tekken fanboy or something if they hate the game that much.
I'm gonna disconnect because I can't, now that I know, there's no point to disconnecting, because if I disconnect, I can't ban the person anyway, right? So I have to at least play one match against the person, and then we can disconnect, or excuse me, then we can just quit out, and then we can block the person. So there's like no point to disconnecting at all. Gotta love game devs completely out of touch with reality. Oops. You would actually watch a stream that's not like fucking one of a top player streams to try to figure out how the game actually works? Oh shit. It takes some work. Takes some effort. Well, I don't know how long we're gonna have to wait to get a match, guys. People are saying if I do like 2 more matches, you'll be out of that queue. But what am I gonna do? The same thing's gonna happen if I go to rank 2 then, right? It sucks because with ranked, you know, again, I know I'm just gonna get bodied. I need practice. I'm out of practice with this character. He's a low tier character, so I need to get back into the swing of things to do anything. I'm not gonna throw away my rank points. Ranked and casual, different queue, so there's no point because it's not even gonna help. It's not even gonna help this queue. So.
By the way, guys, in case you're curious, he does actually eventually go to ranked. But yeah, you guys get it, okay? You guys get what happened to Phil. He was in the low priority queue and he couldn't fucking handle it, and he was quite salty as all fuck about it. So yeah, we'll pause it there and we'll continue the bingo. I don't want to kind of derail too heavily, but that's basically what happened to Phil on Friday night. Because he kept fucking quitting out of a game because a detractor was there, you know what I mean? It punished him for it. Also, of course, and very important to say this, of course.
Nice shirt, 25 cents.
There we go, I just had to fucking say it because of Phil's bizarre choice in shirts.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Thank you very much to Jeffrey Epstein for popping that member message. Leanne was hot as an offensive name, dude.
Oh my god, what's up?
And thank you very much to Grease Monkey for the super chat, who says, imagine if Capcom made a character of Phil in response. I mean, E-Honda is a slimmer version of what Phil was like back in the fucking day when he was jacked. I mean, I still can't believe it. Phil maintains that he was jacked as all hell back in the fucking day, during his like fucking college days or some pish. I personally don't buy it. There's no obvious signs of him ever having much muscle mass whatsoever. But then again, who fucking knows?
I think that this system should be improved, so we'll talk a little bit about that. In addition, last night there was a big public announcement and update regarding an upcoming documentary about me that is going to literally be the longest work ever done on me ever in the history of the internet. And we'll talk about that and its release date and how I'm going to be approaching and covering it and stuff like that. In addition to that, just listen to this one. There's a news story today. There is a game studio, an indie game studio, that was developing a video game. Someone from Kotaku, as you know, one of the internet-based journalism sites for gaming. I say journalism very loosely there. Basically, someone from Kotaku interviewed a bunch of employees of the company, and apparently now the company's closing. It's the weirdest story. I have word for word the statement from the CEO of the company, who decided overnight to close his game dev company. And the reasoning given, and everyone's scratching their head like, what happened here? It's a really weird story. So, a good variety of topics that we'll be covering here today on the show. I feel like, before we get to the schedule, before we get to anything else, let's talk about Street Fighter 6, because guess what? That's what I did last night, and I always recap what I did the day before. Yesterday I played Helldivers 2, went well.
So yeah, but you can get by went well. Phil means he was given 151 buckaroos. He got to wear a fucking vest and he got to wear his fucking little Nazi hat and everything. So he's a very happy chappy indeed, because he was given a whole bunch of fucking money for playing that game very fucking badly. But yeah, guys, remember, those dumb fucking morons in his fucking chat were so stupid to try and fucking suggest him to play Helldivers, because apparently it's not good for his fucking channel, even though it's getting him bucket loads of fucking money per stream. How the views doing, by the way? How the on-demand views for him doing for Helldivers? 433, 356. Yeah, not that fucking good. Oh, average. Probably average. Elden Ring, 400 odd views. Fuck me, man. I love how part 4 of a Street Fighter shit gets, you know, it's just basically just saying Dalsim returns after 3 months and like, who cares, 413 views. Salt and Rage return, 1k. It sums up, and it just sums it all up. Phil's clickbait titles.
For the most part, unlocked a bunch of new stuff. The autocannon, which seems to be a really strong weapon that you can use. And so I'm having a good time with the game, you know, continuing with progress, leveling up. I think I went from like level 8 to level 11 yesterday. People seem to enjoy the gameplay and had a good time on the stream. So good stuff, and hoping to keep that in the major rotation and that interest will not wane. You know, the further I play, the tougher it's getting, but I'm also getting the better stratagems. So it's kind of almost even-handed there. Like, yes, you get overwhelmed, but since you have the better stratagems, you have a better chance to play better and keep the enemies off of you and stuff like that, right? So, cool. I had a good time. I hope you'll check out the gameplay and maybe check out the next stream later in the week. So last night was Friday night, and you know what that means. On Friday nights, we have Friday Night Fights here on DSP Gaming, and it was time for more Street Fighter 6, and this time around, I wanted to play with Honda, okay? My final character, out of the 5 characters that I had used the most in Street Fighter 6, you know, last year when it came out, and also a character that I have in Master Rank. Burger. So last night, I played for about 2 to 2.5 hours with Honda, and as you know, since I've returned to Street Fighter 6 in the last week, I'm only playing casual play so far, because I feel that's the best way to approach it. I don't want to jump right into try-hard mode ranked play when I'm rusty and don't even remember strategies and have, you know, poor execution. I basically wanted to give a chance to each character to get back into well-oiled
who fucking cares?
The rust out of the joints. And so that's what I've been doing. But sadly, some of the shortcomings of casual play matches, as opposed to the ranked matches, is that trolls can try to hone in on my matches and try to join me. And basically, I guess the way it works on PlayStation Network is you could just keep changing your name on PlayStation Network, and you could have the same Capcom ID account, so technically you're the same account playing, but you could change your name like every game. So I didn't even know this, but there were people who have been like stream sniping me in Street Fighter 6 for months and months, and just keep changing their name, so I don't know it's the same person. Okay? And it's funny because people are like, yeah, you know, half the time when they try to stream snipe you, you kick their asses, so they end up looking like idiots. And I'm like, no, I don't know that. I literally don't know who's stream sniping me. I don't care. I just play, right? But, excuse me, in the last week, some of these people started using very offensive names and things that obviously I can't have on my streams. So basically,
very offensive names down from the rafters. Oh my god, the offensiveness. The offensiveness of the names too much. Bloody hell, man.
So I'm like, I gotta stop this. How do you stop it? So first, I was trying to click, if you just quit out of the match, right? Then you don't have to face them anymore. The problem is, if you quit out of a match, all right, it doesn't register as a completed match, and therefore you're not able to ban the account. So, for example, last week, there was a Cammy who I fought like 4 times in a row, each one with a different name. And then I realized I think this might be the same person. So I went in, blocked one name. I said, block that person. I don't want to play him again. They're a troll. And it blocked all 4 accounts. So I never have to fight that person ever again. Their Capcom ID is blocked. I was like, ah. But then I go to play another match against someone else, and it's a really offensive name. So I just quit out of the match. I closed the game. I go back in, and now it won't let me block that person because the match didn't complete, so it never registered. So basically, in the last week or so, I've been trying to figure out how this is going to work for casual play. Now, in reality, it might not always be an issue because I play ranked a lot too. I just haven't played ranked in the last week because, like I said, I'm trying to get the rust off before I try to go somewhere where my points could be my precious ranked points. Like, it really matters so much.
Exactly. I love how Phil pretends it's not a big fucking deal until he is taking it ultra fucking super seriously. Whereas like, I don't want to fucking go into ranked yet because I don't want to fucking sacrifice my potential ranked points. He'll fucking mock and belittle and ridicule those that fucking take ranked seriously and are fucking playing the game every fucking day and try and fucking do better at the fucking game. He'll rank those guys that are fucking better than him and put the time and graft in to try and do well at the fucking game. But here he is fucking terrified to fucking go into ranked mode because he doesn't want to fucking sacrifice his potential rank points fucking getting taken away from him and fucking going down because he's not fucking had a chance to practice appropriately because he's fucking a variety streamer playing other fucking games. The sheer hypocrisy of it all. It's just, I hope Phil sees it. I'm pretty sure Phil even recognises how fucking hypocritical it sounds of him to fucking mock and belittle all these other fucking, you know, all these other guys that fucking put time and effort into the fucking game and play hard at the fucking game and actually fucking take the game seriously. He mocks those guys, and at the same time, he's the exact same goddamn way. He doesn't want to go into ranked and sacrifice his fucking precious points.
But since they'll be at stake, and since it could basically push me into an awful player pool by losing a ton of points, I don't just want to, you know, artificially right out of the gate to lose all my points.
Phil, if you're in an awful player pool, you're basically home. You've been amongst your kind.
and be stuck in the dredges of Street Fighter 6 forever because I'm rusty. Okay, so basically, like, over the last week, I probably quit out of maybe 2 or 3 matches as these trolls kept using offensive names, and then I would eventually realize that's stupid, don't do that anymore. You know, just block the account after a match. But I didn't realize that until last night. So last night, no kidding, like right first or second match, I think it was the second match, it was a troll. And I'm like, all right, so I quit out, and that's when I realized, crap, I can't block him. I was like, all right, moving forward, I just won't rage quit a match anymore. It's not really rage quitting, I'm not raging, I'm quitting because it's an offensive name.
Oh, you see the name, you got angry, you raged, and you hit quit. It is definitely a rage quit. Don't try and fucking use semantics, Phil. You got upset at a name, you got angry, and you quit the game.
Well, I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to wait for the match to end, and I just block the person, and we move on. So I go to play again. So this is only like after I did one legit match, I think, with Honda, and then we had the one troll, and that was it. So then I go in, and I'm trying to matchmake, and nothing's working. It's just sitting there endlessly searching and finding nobody. And I was like, huh? What the hell's going on? So eventually, it finds a match. It took ages, and it has a hand with a big yellow card in it on the screen. And I said, I have, been playing this since launch 10 months ago. I probably have 10,000 matches under my belt. I have no idea what that means. And people are like, this is Capcom's.
People are like, snort. Every time, it shouldn't be as funny as it is. But I love it when Phil begins a quote of what someone else has said with a snort. Like they're the ones that fucking done the snort. I always find that far more amusing than I should do.
I have no idea what that means. And people are like, this is Capcom's flagging system. So the way it works is, if you are found to have been someone who pulled from multiple matches in a set period of time, Capcom flags your account and gives you a yellow card. What the yellow card means is now, for a temporary period of time, I think it's 3 matches, you can only matchmake with other people who have been flagged as basically quitters or pullers. And I was like, huh? I don't think about this. Number one, the only reason that I quit out of any of those matches is because they were trolls. There were people who were harassing me or bullying me or had a really offensive name. It's not like I don't want to play people. Of course I do. I'm not losing a match and getting upset and saying, well, fuck this, and then quitting because of the quality of the match or to be a poor sport. These are people who are actively stalking and harassing me on the internet, and I don't want that to permeate my content, so I choose to terminate that. Terminate the bullying. After, right? Now, certainly, I'm not saying that Capcom is responsible for online bullying, but there should be some method of discernment between the reasoning why someone may be quitting out of a match. For example, what if your internet's messed up one day and you didn't know that, and you go to play, and right in the middle of a match, your internet goes out, right? And then maybe later on, 2 days later, the same thing happens, and then maybe 1 day later, it's like, damn, my internet has issues, I need to get it fixed. Oh, now, like, by the way, now you're screwed, and you can't find anyone to play online. But I didn't actively do anything wrong, Burger. I think what it is, it's an arbitrary system that Capcom put in there, because it's basically, they want something in there to say, we're trying, but they didn't actually want to put any effort into it. So it's a very lazy system. It's very...
Phil, what would be your solution then? What would be a magical fucking solution to stop people from fucking getting punished for constantly fucking quitting fucking games? Come on, Phil. I don't want to hear criticism here, Phil. I want to hear your solution to try and prevent people from just easily quitting their fucking games and ruining the online experience for players. Go on, Phil. Give us your solution. Don't just critique. Be constructive with your criticism, because you're all fucking bitching and whining and moaning about other people not being constructive with their criticism towards you. So if you got a criticism in the game here, I assume you must have something constructive to fucking offer as an alternative for them to fucking implement. Go on, Phil.
Arbitrary. If you quit like 3 or 4 times in a week, then you get flagged. Play 3 matches, get unflagged. No actual looking at the situation, no actual consideration of what's really going on. It's just a blanket policy until there's a policy in place. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of YouTube. Because YouTube has exactly the same kinds of policies. Okay? For example, on YouTube, if someone issues a copyright claim against your content, alright, YouTube is supposed to verify that it's legit, but a lot of the times they don't. They claim they do, but a lot of the times they don't. Or they have a very inept person reviewing the situation, and they grant the claim when it's blatantly false. Okay? Then it's up to you, the content creator or uploader or YouTuber, to fix that issue on the back end. And you might say, well, I don't understand. Why does YouTube just blanket do that? Because all they want to do is protect themselves legally. You have to understand. They don't...
I mean, naturally they want to fucking do that. Is it a really big fucking surprise that YouTube are trying to fucking protect their own best interests and not fucking be held liable or culpable and all that shit? I mean, of course they're going to fucking be protective of their own best interests and their assets and their fucking website and something that'll make them a ton of fucking money.
want to be involved in a copyright dispute, so they're just like, well, hands off, we'll just grant everything. And it's the same thing here. Capcom doesn't want to get into the semantics of why someone might be dropping from a match, but they don't want people rampantly doing it, so they have this blanket arbitrary system. It's very stupid. Number one, it makes no sense because there's no discernment between ranked and casual. In ranked play, where points are on the line, and if you cheat, you can potentially retain your points and artificially inflate your account, as opposed to if you just play legit, you could lose points and not be as high ranked. Then it's a concern. In fact,
Is Phil trying to say that it shouldn't be a feature in casual mode but only ranked mode? Is that his grand solution to this fucking thing? Or Capcom to fucking remove that fucking feature of the game from casual play? Is that his genius solution to it all?
in fact, we were just recently talking about this in Tekken 8, that until recently, like,
No, mind that just to make sure. He may have said in fact there.
high rank, then it's a concern. In fact, we were just
Yep, he said in fact.
Burger.
There we go.
recently talking about this in Tekken 8, that until recently, like 2 weeks ago, people were infamously pulling the plug on ranked play and keeping all their ranking points for losses. So people were at the top of the leaderboards that actually weren't good. They were just cheaters, right? So they finally, Bandai Namco, instituted a system to detect it, and they banned the biggest offenders. LTG was actually one of them, which is pretty funny. And so everyone had to start from scratch and try to build their way up from the bottom again. So I get it on ranked play. That totally makes sense. In casual play, there is literally nothing at stake. Zero. If you quit, nothing changes. It doesn't matter. The games are literally...
If you win, nothing matters. And yet you think it's entertaining content, Phil. Even though you know yourself, there's nothing at stake, there's nothing in line, nothing matters, there's nothing to gain from it. So, yeah.
Really pointless. They're just for practice. That's hence the name casual play. This is the equivalent of you're in an arcade, and you're playing someone in an arcade cabinet, and you get a phone call, you gotta walk away. So you just quit the game and let the guy beat you up, and the next guy steps up to play. It's not a big deal. Right? It doesn't even make sense. Right? It's like, huh? Why are you going to penalize me because I had to do something else? It wasn't in the middle of a tournament where you destroyed the integrity of the competitive play of the tournament. So this system, in my opinion, should apply to ranked and not to casual. I don't even see the point of it applying to casual play. That's number one. Number two, this system should look at a big picture, because right now it's such a simplistic system. If it happens a certain amount of times in a week, you get penalized. Once you play 3 matches, the penalty removes. All right? That's dumb. That's really dumb. Why?
Why, Phil?
Because I'm someone who has played this game probably 10,000 matches.
Oh?
Correct? 10,000.
And
in that regard, I've pulled, what, 4 times in the last...
But in the last week. Don't you dare try and fucking suggest you pulled 4 times in the last, like, fucking, 10 months or something. You had it, like, 4 times in the last week.
week, and it was all for trolls harassing me. It wasn't because I was being a poor sport. These were all trolls doing fucked up things. Right? So...
Fucked up things include crouching and standing very quickly, and having troll usernames like down from the rafters.
In this case, 10,000 matches played, 4 dropped, penalize the player. Huh? You have to understand that in life there's outliers, right? In life, you have to give something the benefit of the doubt. If something has happened 4 times in 10,000, it's not a common occurrence, and no one should be punished because it was some kind of an outlier situation. It should look at that. It shouldn't just be arbitrarily, oh, dropped your match 4 times in a week, you're banned, or you're penalized. It should be, wow, okay, yes, it happened a few times, but dude, big picture, you got a ridiculous amount of matches that are completed. You should have to hit a certain percent. You should have to be a certain percent.
Using Phil's logic, LT should never have gotten banned either, because he's probably played thousands of fucking matches too. LTG has played thousands of fucking matches in Street Fighter 6 as well as him, but LTG was banned. Phil's logic here is that LTG was also screwed by Capcom.
And then you get the penalty, in my opinion. So these are just all suggestions. Number 1, it shouldn't apply to casual matches, only ranked. Number 2, it should be a certain percent rating. It shouldn't be just arbitrary, certain amount in a certain time. Because again, you get people who get smacked with this who didn't do anything wrong. Maybe their internet's messed up or whatever, and they didn't even know. This is really dumb, in my opinion. Anyway, the good news is it wasn't a huge deal. We had to play like 3 matches. It took like 45 minutes. What I had to do, I had to open up my search to worldwide. I had to open up my connections to all connections.
The worldwide.
And I had to basically make cross-play, ranked and casual. And then I got 3 matches. It still took a while.
I mean, I'm half tempted to count that as him fucking doing like a series of fucking T-poses there. I'll see, what do you guys think? Do you think these count as T-poses? It was like some sort of strange, bizarre, gout-ridden bird of prey trying to fucking fly for the first time.
The news is it wasn't a huge deal. We had to play like 3 matches. It took like 45 minutes. What I had to do, I had to open up my search to worldwide. I had to open up my connections to all connections, and I had to basically make cross-play, ranked and casual, and then I got 3 matches. It still took a while.
So is that a Y pose? Do you think it counts? You think it counts? I think it should probably count. Yeah, I'm taking it. Why the fuck not?
We got 3 matches. They were laggy as shit, but it didn't matter. I was like, just play them. As long as they're completed, they count. And once the 3 matches were complete, now I was out of that system and I was back to getting full, matches right away again. So it's a stupid system. I understand why Capcom has it in place. At the same time, man, that's poorly implemented. That is lazy man's game dev right there. Like, there's no reason for it to be that simple. It definitely could have some more effort put into it, and I hope that they will improve it in the future, especially if they want online play to be considered serious, which in my opinion it's not anyway, because I think the netcode is ridiculous, but that's another story entirely. So anyway, that happened yesterday, and FYI now, I played with all 5 of my characters, who I have used in Street Fighter 6 since its launch at a serious level. And just so you know, the characters are Blanca,
who fucking cares?
Zangief, Dalsim, and E Honda. You might notice something from all those characters I just mentioned. They're all mid to low tier. The characters that I like how they play because they're unique or different or interesting are all mid to low tier characters in this game.
It's also a defense mechanism for Phil to fucking use. That way when someone fucking beats him and they are a higher level character, he can use that as a fucking coping mechanism to say that's why I fucking lost. Or this can beat me because they're a fucking overpowered character and their easy mode fucking scrub mentality win or whatever. You know, Phil cannot fucking, like, people, his own fans have wondered why doesn't he use Ken or any of these fucking, like, you know, top tier characters. It's a defense mechanism. Phil, like, it's like Phil has to try and prove something or something. Now keep in mind, Phil won't use the bottom tier characters. No. He's not a goddamn masochist. That would mean he'd actually have to be very fucking good at a game to fucking win the fucking games on a multiple level of occasions with the lowest fucking ranked characters. He sticks to about the mid-range. The mid-range is fucking safe for him to fucking use in these fucking games. That way when Phil fucking wins, he's like, guys, look how fucking good I am. And when he loses, he can just fucking blame the goddamn game, the fucking top tier characters, as a result of him fucking getting his arse handed to him.
I didn't play with one top tier character at all. I really did.
Oh, people seen him mess about with his phone there? Are you sure? Yeah, that is him. Oh, that doesn't look. He looks like he's looking at his phone here. Did Phil have to look at his phone to remind himself of the 5 characters he used?
Okay. And FYI now, I played with all 5 of my characters, who I have used in Street Fighter 6 since its launch at a serious level. And just so you know, the characters are Blanca.
Yeah, he's actually reading his goddamn phone because he couldn't fucking remember the 5 characters off memory. For a game he loves, for a fucking series of, you know, he loves. How can he not even remember off the top of his head the fucking 5 characters? That is phone stuff.
Burger.
Fucking incompetent prick. By the way, guys, if people are arriving late to the stream, I wasn't planning to do a stream until like an hour ago. I was going to watch a Detractor restream, but lo and behold, I didn't see one pop up. Aviga was meant to do something, I think, and I think he fell asleep. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully he's okay. I do hope he's alright. Give me a second here. I just want to check something. 2 seconds. Aviga's not fucking like streaming late, is he? Nah, I don't think he is. Oh fuck me, Kid Flim streaming, cool. Shout out to Kid Flim, a very crazy person, but a very fun person. He is currently streaming right now, but yeah, good old Kid Flim. Crazy bastard, but a very talented person.
Lily, Zangief, Dalsim, and E Honda. You might notice something from all those characters I just mentioned. They're all mid to low tier. The characters that I like how they play because they're unique or different or interesting are all mid to low tier characters in this game. I didn't play with one top tier character at all. I really didn't. If you look, like, I didn't play with Jury. I didn't play with Ken. I tried Luke for a little bit. I never really got into him. I didn't play with Guile. I didn't play with DJ. I tried DJ once at the beginning. Hated the new build because he plays nothing like old DJ, and I just never went back. Like, every single freaking character that I'm using in this game is a mid to low tier character. So it's always a losing battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're always fighting uphill every fight.
Who fucking cares? Anyway,
here are my statistics, and they're kind of interesting. So just listen to this. Blanca. I only played for an hour with Blanca. 16 wins, 17 losses. Now you might say, wait, what? Blanca's like your best character, or close to your best character at least. How do you have so many losses? Well, keep in mind we were doing casual play. I was fighting a master ranked Ed who was actually very good. And it was
Phil, why does it matter your wins and losses in casual when nothing's in the fucking line? Who cares? It's casual. Like, literally, I mean, you can get... Phil could lose 30 times in casual. Funny, yes, but does it matter? No, it's casual.
was the first time I had ever fought an Ed, so I didn't know what Ed could do in this game, and I went 3-10 against him. Okay, so if you actually erase the set of Ed, which was kind of this interesting experiment of me trying to learn, I actually went 13-7 with Blanca. Okay, but I mean, who cares? It's just semantics. I mean,
Who cares? But here's the fucking numbers for you to fucking pour over, and here's me documenting the fucking numbers. Speaking of numbers, by the way, I went 1.5 speed because Steve had asked me nicely.
I actually went 13-7 with Blanca. Okay, but I mean, who cares? It's just semantics. I mean, we know that Blanca's one of my better characters, right? With Lily, I went 11-12. That's not surprising. Lily is by far probably the worst of all the characters I'm using. She just doesn't have very good tools at all, and I feel like she is one of the characters that is screaming for improvement when this game gets a Season 2 update later this year. She needs to have better invincibility and reversals and ways out of stuff. She needs to have better priority. Like, her problem right now is that she gets dominated by rushdown. She can't keep rushdown characters off of her at all. The moment they're in her face, she is dead, and that's half the game. So, yeah, it sucks. I like that character. I thought it was a nice, unique build. I just find it funny because she's supposed to be the successor of T-Hawk, right? And T-Hawk always sucked ass, except...
Did Phil say successor correctly that time instead of successor?
It funny because she's supposed to be the successor of T-Hawk.
No, he said it the butchered way, successor. Jesus, is she the spiritual successor of T-Hawk or just a successor? Fuck me, man. Why can he not say successor? I don't understand. It baffles my fucking mind. This fucking guy was a goddamn valedictorian. Just how fucking brain dead were the fucking other students at fucking school for this fucking dent-headed motherfucker to be fucking valedictorian? How does that fucking happen? How in the goddamn hell? What sort of fucking window lickers were in that fucking school for Phil to fucking achieve valedictorian?
Right? And T-Hawk always sucked ass, except for one version of him ever. Old T-Hawk from Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is actually one of the best characters in fighting game history, but you have to play him perfectly. Then you can do these unstoppable, unbreakable kick-throw traps. But outside of that one version of T-Hawk, the rest have always been crap. So now let's have a successor of T-Hawk. Oh, by the way, she's crap. Like, what? Can you give us a break? Please, can you give us a fucking break here? You know? But anyway, yeah.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
Zangief, I went 14-14 while drinking during my birthday marathon, so that's pretty good, I feel. I'll probably get better with Zangief the more I play with him. Dalsim, I went 36-25, and keep in mind, that was a full 2 to 2.5 hour session, so actually a good winning record there. With E Honda last night, 25-21, so winning, but not very winning, almost breaking even, okay? So, not surprised that Dalsim I did the best. Seriously, I'm not. And Blanca, like I said, if I hadn't done that set with Ed, would have been 13-7, and would have been a winning record too. So that's how we're doing. Now,
hold on. Is Phil trying to fucking say if you don't count the losses, I would have won more? You don't get to fucking pull that card, Phil. No. Don't fucking try. It's casual anyway, so the numbers don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. You said you don't care about the fucking numbers, and yet here you are fucking counting every single round. In casual mode, although let's be honest here, it was probably some fucking random fan of his that counted for him and set numbers and go, here you go, Phil. Here's your fucking numbers for you. Here's your metrics. Here's how you fucking performed in case you want to share it with your audience, even though it's only casual mode, and you said you don't fucking care because it's only casual mode.
moving forward, okay, the next character I want to use again is Blanca. I only got to play with him for about an hour. So probably the next night session that I do with Street Fighter 6 will be exclusively Blanca. And yes, I'm still going to be doing casual play.
You fucking bitch.
I'm not going to be jumping into ranked as of yet. I want to get a little bit more practice under my belt with these characters before we go. And I will go to rank, don't worry. Remember, all my points reset to 1500. So we're going to rank, it's happening. But I want to get a tiny bit more practice here before we jump in. So probably a full Blanca stream next time around when I play, okay? Cool. So now since we're into it, let's talk about the schedule. Then I'd like to talk about an update regarding this documentary that we now have more information about coming out later this year.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's not a whole lot to fucking say about the goddamn documentary. I can fucking show you guys if you want. The update was Jun the King fucking saying he's finished to hand the video off to his editors. That's right, Jun the King has editors. I wonder if they're also unpaid fucking dent turns. The first release date is something this fall or possibly later. I don't want to set a deadline. This means I'll be working on different videos between then and checking on Phil periodically. It will be around 4 hours long, or maybe over 4 hours long. That's the update. Very simple update. Very, very nothing strange or whatever about that update. The one big question I've got to wonder about is, well, what's the cut-off point? Does that mean that nothing from this point onwards is going to make it into a documentary? Like Phil's incredible unhinged rant from last night, for instance. That rant last night he had about detractors and trolls, not sure that sort of copium session he had on that podcast of his. Will that not feature in the documentary? Because to me that was something that has not been seen of, something like that, since 2015 when he got the swatting incident and the response to that. So I feel a bit of a shame that June the King's documentary won't feature that bizarre rant and fucking copium session, but who knows though? Maybe Phil knows more about it than we do, because remember, after all, June apparently is in discussion with Phil as well about this documentary. That's why Phil semi kind of approves of this documentary, because June the King also reached out to Phil to get some, you know, comments from him and all that shit. Phil's behaviour regarding the documentary went a bit strange when June publicly praised Piece of Pieces Tips Tracker. Ever since then, Phil's been a bit cold about the documentary, and he's not really mentioned a whole lot about it. But I'm surprised to see him bring it up again, so maybe June said something nice to Phil to reassure him.
And then I want to have an interesting news story, and then we can do shout-outs and the like, okay? So, schedule-wise, today's an exciting day. We got Elden Ring continuing here on the first stream. Last time around, we entered the frozen mountaintops of the Giants, and we fought a bunch of bosses, and we did a bunch of stuff. Today, we're going to continue on. We've got to finish Castle Sol, which is going to take a little bit. Then we're going to continue on with the frozen... I think we'll just keep going through that frozen giant area. We'll probably get to the big boss at the end, which is what, the Fire Giant, or whatever he's called. Try to figure out how to beat him with my magic build, and, you know, enkindle the fucking... thing, the gauntlet or whatever it is, and then doesn't it take you to Fair Missoula first? I think it does. We'll probably do that. Like, I'm thinking that's what we could do today. Now, there's still lots of other stuff to do. We still have to go the other direction once we get the other half of the medallion from Castle Sol to unlock the Haley Tree. We also have to find a way to get underground into the Blood Temple of Mo, because that's the tough area we need to beat to get to the DLC in June. So we have a lot of content still left in the game, and I'll do whatever you guys want. You know, if you guys recommend I do something in a different order, I'm down for that. It's really whatever you guys think. Okay, so let me know. But I think today should be good progress and fun. I'm getting some recommendations now. People are like, you know, you have better spells. You have this big sword spell you got from the Magic Dragon, and you didn't even try it. You should try it. Oh, okay. So maybe we will. Maybe we'll try some new stuff today. We'll see how it goes. Tonight on the late stream, it is a big stream because it is the premiere of Co-op with my wife, Kat.
Who fucking cares?
Souls right here on DSP Gaming Live. I think it's going to be pretty exciting and fun. My wife has never played this game before, nor does she know the story. So she's excited because she likes Quantic Dream games and she wants to play this one. She never had opportunity to play it herself, so now she'll be able to play it in a co-op capacity. Now, before people...
So, right off the bat, remember guys, Prophet managed to briefly explain this before to everyone. Phil's microphone is very sensitive to this, you know, it is not built, the microphone, to pick up multiple different directions of people talking. Phil's going to have to fucking place that microphone perfectly in between him and Kat. And they're going to have to hope that the sound will pick up okay. And also remember, there is now there's all these fucking filters on the microphone to try and cut out the noises. In the past, his OBS settings kind of made up for the lack of, he didn't have any filters on. So it was okay at kind of picking up the noise. I have a feeling that tonight's going to be a fucking disaster stream for the start anyway, for him trying to set this up and make the audio work okay. And I think that Phil's best bet to get this working okay would be to actually disable temporarily those microphone settings, the filters that are on the fucking microphones. Because it's going to be a case of you can only hear one of them at a time. I think. It feels like it'll be anyway.
Will get ahead of themselves. The game's not full co-op. Even though they sold it and claimed it was kind of a lie. The game basically has two characters. The main character, who is a girl who grows into a woman, who makes life choices and becomes this agent and secret agent, stuff like that. It's pretty insane, the plot of this game. But it has a supernatural twist because she has like a supernatural entity that's tethered to her. And that's really what the story is, beyond two souls. It's her, but there's two souls involved with her. And if you play the game full co-op with two controllers, it's kind of silly because 90% of the game is the girl, like 10% is controlled by the supernatural character.
So why are you there? If this is a game that Kat's playing, why are you there?
So it's really not co-op. It's like one person just sits there doing nothing for the majority of the game, and then every once in a while it has a button input. Okay? So in reality, do we need two controllers? We really don't. Likely what we will do is she will control the main character, and then if we decide, you know, maybe pass me the controller when it's going to be the supernatural character's choices, and I can make those choices or control that character or whatever. Or she could just do it all. It's not that big of a deal. But I'll be here for co-op commentary, okay?
But what's your role in this apart from fucking blathering a whole lot and talking over your wife?
And to run the stream, essentially to make sure, you know, chat's running, shout outs for you know, contributions, questions, and stuff like that, while she's basically playing the game. Now, we have two headsets. I've already charged both. We're good to go there. We got a splitter audio. Everything's good there. The one challenge is going to be the microphone. Because as we were doing the Dondoko Island co-op, basically there was no perfect spot where we could put the mic, right? So I'm thinking what we will do, because she's going to probably be sitting like right here, and I'm going to be sitting here, we'll probably try to put the mic in front of her, since she's the person who's going to be playing primarily, and we want to hear her commentary more. And when I'm going to say something, I'll just lean forward. Now, we have new filters on this microphone. Okay, and these filters have been in place for about a month, and I feel like they're working really well. I mean, I hope that you guys feel the same. Those filters include, hold on, a noise gate, noise suppression, and a limiter. All right, so what I'm going to understand is, basically I should have, I forget which one it was noise gate or noise suppression, but one of those, what it does is it allows it so that distant noises or low noises cannot be heard on the mic. So, for example, you used to be able to hear clicking when I did this. You hear nothing now, right? That's my mouse clicking. You would literally hear that mouse clicking constantly with the old settings. With this new filter, you don't hear that background noise anymore. Okay, and that's a huge improvement because the clicking is annoying. Okay, so what we might do, if we start and realize you just cannot hear both of us, I may take the filter off just for this co-op playthrough and then bring it back for everything else. I think for the co-op, it might be warranted. Now, some people have suggested, why don't you just buy a second mic? And it's like, you want me to buy a second professional mic, a second tripod, all this setup, which is probably going to cost, I mean, honestly, probably about 100, 200 bucks, just for when we do co-op. You want me to bring in a whole big rig, a new mic? I mean, I could. It's possible, but I'm not so sure that that's necessary. You know, let me put it this way. If we do this and it really sounds atrocious and it's really bad, then I will actually consider buying a new microphone and a new set. You know, I basically could just get exactly what I have or very close to what I have. My audio device here, this Scarlett audio interface thing, actually has 2 inputs. So I could just plug the mic to the second input. It'll put both into the same line of audio, and that'd be fine, okay? So I guess we'll see how it goes tonight. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. 2 hours of Beyond Two Souls co-op. For the record, the game's not very long. I believe most people beat the game between 10 and 12 hours. I guess depending on how it goes, if we're interacting with the audience, how long the playthrough will be. But we're planning on doing it once a week. Just for clarification purposes, we're probably going to aim for every Saturday night moving forward. So every Saturday night, there will be a 2-hour session of Beyond Two Souls for, the foreseeable future until basically the game's beaten, okay? I think it'll be fun. I think you guys, if you come out, you're going to have a good time with us. Very different from the Dondoko Island where we got bored of it within 2 sessions. In this case, it's a narrative-based game. It's riveting. It hooks you, and you want to keep going and see where the plot's going. So I don't think we're...
Phil, there's a difference between the game hooking the audience and you guys boring the audience to fucking tears. Like, Dondoko Island kind of looked like a fun kind of thing in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? For people to play by themselves, perhaps, you know what I mean? But you made that extremely fucking boring. And if it was so goddamn boring a fucking feature of the game, then why did Phil complete it? Why did Cat complete it on their own? You told your audience Cat already completed it on their own the first time round. Completed the whole goddamn thing. And yet when it got to your stream, it turned into a boring fucking experience. So if the feature wasn't boring, it must have been you guys then.
We're going to have the kind of issues that we had back when we were doing Dondoko Island. It's going to be a very different experience, okay? Cool. So that's tonight. Tomorrow is React Day. We have the DSP versus the Internet Clips React show over on my DSP React channel.
We have our first bingo again because Phil said React.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Bandabe doze indeed.
And then we've got the late night retro React stream of The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, season 1, episode...
Oh, who fucking cares? Big ups to MicroPython Cypher, who's popped up in the chat. How was it? In case you guys aren't aware, he's the guy that actually made this fucking bingo card possible. Like, I used to fucking just use like Microsoft Paint. He made a wee fucking thing in Python for bingo cards, you know what I mean? So big ups to him. Big ups to him for fucking, having the time and the desire to fucking design his wee bingo card to fucking use, not shit and everything else, you know what I mean? He made all this fucking possible to fucking look good or whatever, you know what I mean? So he's definitely a fucking, legendary status round to, you know what I mean? The bingo card got a whole lot better when he decided to get involved and send that my way. Hope he's doing well. Hope you're doing well, MicroPython Cypher.
Episode 2 on the late stream over on DSP Throwback. I know it's such a giant mouthful to say that. At first it was just The Walking Dead game. That's what people called it. The Walking Dead episode 2. But now, because it's a Telltale series and there's other Walking Dead games, because they have multiple seasons, because you have to say all that, and it's like 400 fucking words. It sounds like a paragraph of a name. But anyway, it should be fun. Last week we reacted to the first episode, and it went really, really well. And I hope that you guys will join us for part 2 tomorrow night. Monday, it's going to be more Helldivers 2. And Monday night, I'm actually going to finish up Alone in the Dark with the Emily side run. Sadly, as I explained yesterday, we can't get any of the secret endings, which is really dumb, because I missed literally 1 collectible in the entirety of the game. It's like, no secret endings for 1 missed item. It's pretty stupid, but it is what it is. Tuesday, there's a new game called Harold Halibut. It's an indie game that looks like Claymation, and it's on Game Pass, and it looks unique. I actually don't know what the gameplay mechanics are, but the game just looks like something special and different, and I want to try it. So we're going to do that as the main stream on Tuesday. If it sucks, it sucks. We never have to play it again, but I'd like to give it a shot and see exactly what it is and see if we enjoy it or not. Okay? Tuesday night will be Street Fighter 6, and like I said, that whole stream will be Blanca. And then Wednesday, probably, excuse me, on Wednesday, probably more Elden Ring. And then Wednesday night is up in the air. We could do Helldivers 2. We could do more Harold Halibut. We could just have a chill night where we just hang out for 2 hours and chat, which we haven't done we've been doing like 1 a month, and they usually do really well. We could play some Battlefront Classic Collection. So I'm kind of leaving Wednesday night completely open as a whatever stream. All right. Now, also coming up this month, there's another game in about another week's time, and I think it's called like Another Man's Treasure or Another Crab's Treasure, and it's supposed to essentially be a FromSoft style Soulsborne game with crabs and aquatic features. So that sounds fascinating to me. And again, I think it's another Game Pass game. It's like, wow, Game Pass right now seems like it's going to be really handy in this time when there's not a lot of giant releases to be able to access all these smaller games and try them out. And again, if they're good, play them and keep them in the rotation. If they're not so good, no risk, no skin off my back because, hey, they're free. So just play them, right? So it could be fun. So anyway, yeah, that's coming up. I think that's going to be a fun, second half of the month essentially coming up. Good variety stuff while we continue on with the ongoing playthroughs that I'm doing. Okay, so that's the schedule. Keep in mind, we are currently thinking about the next marathon to do, and I think the next marathon we will do will likely be in late May. What will it be? Well, here are our ideas. Number 1, Fighting Game Fiesta, where basically we do a variety of fighting game related stuff, including playing some Street Fighter 6, maybe going back to Tekken 8 for a little bit, maybe getting the Fightcade things set up on my mini PC and playing some retro fighting games. But in addition, my wife might make some food based off of the Street Fighter cookbook like she did last year, and we'll probably do like a kind of a react segment where I watch my old gameplay from like Evo's past and watch me play high-level Street Fighter. And then on top of that, perhaps tell some stories from back in the day from my Street Fighter days, depending on what you guys want to hear or talk about. So yeah, basically I think that would be a really cool idea. Never really did anything like that besides last year. I actually did the fighting feed.
Did Phil fucking try and say he never talks about... Is he trying to imply he never usually talks about the fucking old days of him being in the fucking, you know, fight, you know, the FGC or whatever, you know, and fucking playing in tournaments, Phil? Phil, you fucking... You don't ever stop talking about your fucking tournament days. It is like Al Bundy talking about the fucking glorious fucking high school touchdown he had. You just don't fucking... It's your one fucking claim to, claim to, you know, fame or whatever. Your one ever moment of fucking glory or whatever. Oh, Phil competed in, like, Street Fighter fighting game tournaments, and one time he was the #1 ranked American in the whole world. Because of a boycott.
Which was for the launch of Street Fighter 6 essentially, but this would be a little bit different because more like reminiscing of a variety of fighting game. That's one of the ideas. Another idea would be an Indies marathon where you guys nominate and vote on indie games for me to try out, likely hidden gems and things that I've completely missed over the last year or two as I haven't played that many indie games. Those usually go well because I get exposed to a bunch of games, and usually there's a few I like and we end up playing them full length. Or another idea someone had is a Rageathon. And during a Rageathon, basically what happens is people nominate games that will purposefully piss me off. Games that will get my blood boiling and challenge me and get me really, really, you know, heated. We've done these in the past. Some games have worked really, really well, and some games have not worked whatsoever. Okay? Like, I think, for example, one of them was Ninja Gaiden Black. That game's very tough, and yeah, I got to a boss fight, you kicked my ass, and I was like, wow, totally get why people rage this game. And I played Super Meat Boy. Holy shit. I think the whole game is based around repetitive deaths and rage. So, it really depends on what games are nominated. It's been many, many years since I did one. So, well, maybe that. So, let's start talking about this regularly. Let's try to figure out what the next marathon should be. Because obviously, once we hammer it in and we say it's locked, then we can start working on exactly what we want to do. You know?
So, Phil, what would you prefer doing? Never mind getting your audience to try and fucking pick for you so you can fucking blame them afterwards if it doesn't go well. Why didn't you fucking pick your preference? I imagine your preference is going to be the Street Fighter stuff. Because you get to fucking eat a bunch of random food again that Cat will make for you. And you get to fucking talk about the good old days where you're fucking, you know, pre-YouTube fighting tournament days. And I was like, oh, we had beef with the West Coast guys and all that shit. And then, oh yeah, Mike Watson wanted to kick my ass and we're going to crotch chop the crowd or whatever. You know, I know. I'm mixing up my stories and I'm mixing up my lore, I know. But you get what I'm saying.
So we'll figure this out, but let's start talking. We still have about a month and a half to figure this out, but let's start the discussion now. Okay? Cool. All right. So, next topic, ladies and gentlemen. There is a documentary about me being made. And
here we go.
The reason why I'm talking about this one, and the reason why people are talking about this one in particular, is because, number one, it is going to be the longest documentary ever made on me, and likely one of the longest documentaries ever made on anyone on YouTube, except for, I think, Christian, who has like a 700-hour documentary on him or something like that. It's going to be made by someone who I have watched and reacted to their content before and have a friendly relationship with. Okay? By the name of...
Friendly account is the same.
Burger.
But same thing, friendly relationship, I think it's the same, it's close enough.
I have watched and reacted to their content before and have a friendly relationship with. Okay? By the name of June the King. Alright, for those who don't know, that's who I'm talking about. He's done documentaries on a lot of different people over the years. Tons. And like I said, I've watched some of these documentaries, reacted to them, and I like his work quite a lot. Okay?
Who fucking cares?
So everyone knows that he's been making this documentary because he's been talking about it for months, that he's researching, he's working on it. For the record, yes, I've spoken with him about the documentary several times because sometimes he would be researching something or he'd be trying to get clarity on something and there just isn't enough information out there, or maybe the information is unclear. So he would ask me and I would try to give him my take or my side of the story or some guidance on where to get information about something. But basically, to be honest here, I just don't think...
Phil said honest as well, gonna take that as well.
Burger.
Yeah.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Thank you very much to XGS for popping their 3-month member message, and they say, what an honour to be the man's second to Chris Chan. Yeah, he was the original, he was the first, he was the OG. So yeah, I mean, fucking Chris Chan, man, Jesus Christ. Less said about that fucking nutter about her. This documentary, before Phil even goes on more about it, the documentary, also, it's interesting that June the King reached out. It wasn't just Phil he reached out to, he also reached out on Twitter as well to detractors to fucking get some of their takes and everything else, and he reached out to some FGC guys, whatever. What I'm kind of curious about is whether he asked both sides about same things. Like, imagine if he went to Phil to try and get some further details about a certain situation, but then he also asks that same thing to Jaha, for example. You know what I mean? Just to fucking compare the narratives, compare the stories, and see if there's any contradictions, and like in that way you can try and challenge what is true here, what's not true. Would he go to Jaha and challenge it? Would he go to Phil to try and challenge his version or whatever? That kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's just an example off the top of my head, but I can imagine that if he... So it's one of those things where June... To be fair to June, he is putting a ton of effort into this. I mean, who knows how it's going to fucking turn out, but I mean, you've got to give him some credit where it's due. For the effort, at least, it seems to be a lot of homework being done. So, and it's something I'm kind of looking forward to checking out eventually when it does come out, but it's one of those things where, because Phil has been so heavily involved as well, I wonder how much kind of input he might potentially have. Will Phil throw June the king under the bus if it's not to his liking? Who knows?
On where to get information about something. But basically, to be honest here, I just don't think, when it comes to me, that there's just a lot of archived positive information about Darkside Phil outside of the raw content you can find on my channels. And here's what I mean by that, okay? First of all, I have been a YouTuber for 16 years, much longer than most other people, all right, who are still doing it today, that is. And I also was a prominent part of the fighting game community for a very long time, all right? But a lot of the stuff from those time periods isn't really, like, archived. I'll give you some perspective here. During my early fighting game days, I was a troll, and everyone knew it. Like, on big internet forums and stuff, I was a big negative asshole. And I fessed up to that, and I told everyone how much I regret that from back in that time, because now I look back and I'm like, wow, that was pretty stupid, and, you know, I probably really offended and hurt people back then just to be an asshole, and there was really no reason for it. And I regret it, but I mean, that's what happens when you get older and you get more mature. You look back at your past and you're embarrassed at the dumb shit that you've done, right? So that, you know, you'll find documentation of that. You'll find people complaining that Darkside Phil is an asshole and all this shit, right? But what you won't find are the stories of people who actually met me in real life at tournaments and were like, wow, you're actually not an asshole. You're actually a nice guy. You're an honorable, nice guy to get along with and joke with and play games with in person. Online, you have this heel persona of being a dick. But in person, everyone who met me kind of liked me.
Name one person, Phil. Look, we can only work with evidence. There is evidence of you from your fucking FGC days of you being a fucking dick. A lot of people who were around in the fucking scene back then, around that time, have said that you were a complete dick. Even when they met you in fucking person, they seem to still think that you were a complete fucking dick. So Phil, most of the evidence that we have at our disposal, from witness testimony and character statements or whatever you want to fucking call it, a lot of you is a dick. The positive stories don't seem to fucking exist, apart from inside your fucking head, because the evidence is not there for anyone else to fucking witness and see. Now who are you gonna fucking blame for that? Because it's not that wasn't the SOK fucking wiped my positive fucking history from the internet from my FGC days. No, Phil, that's on you. You were a piece of shit back in the fucking day in your mid fucking 20s during your fucking time in the FGC, and there is historical evidence to fucking back that up. But all you being a nice guy in person, but Phil, you know what I would call that? I would call that you being a fucking two-faced prick. I would call that being a fucking coward who fucking acts like a keyboard warrior on the fucking internet, but in person he's too much of a fucking bitch-ass pussy to fucking back it up, so he turns into some sort of meek little fucking coward who's all a nice guy and not shit because he doesn't want to get his arse kicked in reality when fucking reality smacks him in the fucking face. You were a goddamn keyboard warrior, Phil, and that was all there is to it.
They're like, wow, I don't understand. Why are you such an asshole online? I say, because I'm trying to build up hype for these events. You have to understand, like, that's the point, right? Get everyone excited, get everyone shit-talking, get everyone pumped so they'll show up. It doesn't have to all be so fucking serious.
I mean, and notice that when Phil left the FGC, look how much bigger it became. I mean, when Phil left the FGC, there's now like multi-million fucking dollar prizes for these fucking events. So, I guess the FGC needed Phil to leave the scene for them to fucking grow and thrive. Way to hype it up, Phil. When you were there, it just died.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Joel L. Tractor for this super chat, who says, honourable is not a title you can put on yourself. That's for your peers to do. This guy is unreal. I mean, who's going to call him honourable? You would ask his friends, but there's none there.
Fuck you and your friends.
Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends.
I mean, there's like no one there in his life to ask and say, hey, Phil's honourable. John and John Rambo and Howard, whereas, you know, only friends back in the fucking day, and they fucked the fuck off because Phil pissed them off because they wouldn't stop fucking calling them up at fucking 3 AM in the morning to try and do some content together online. It's bizarre. He's moved to Venton and he's not made one single friend. He had to fucking get a cat just to fucking pretend it's his son. And they fucking had to lure some fucking denthead from fucking Michigan or some pish to fucking move in with him because Liana ran away. Then fucking force fed a fucking potato so she wouldn't fit through the fucking door again.
This dude
It's unreal, but I mean, it's just the anti-socialness of this fucking human being. I still can't believe that Phil Burnell had the fucking audacity to fucking, on his stream yesterday, call detractors antisocial. The person that stays in his fucking snort fort 6 times a goddamn week and only goes out because he fucking has to for fucking grocery shopping and all that shit. And to fucking feed his fat ass wife a fucking meal. The only reason to go out is for that shit. Now I fucking, you know, enjoy and go for a hike or whatever and the fucking beautiful scenery around. No, it's always because I go out because I have to go out.
But man, people hated me back then for a good reason. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a justifiable reason why people didn't like me back in the days of the FGC. Now, I had this kind of like turnaround around 2005, 2006, and 2007, where I actually got really good at Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And as I started to get good and actually place and win at tournaments, I realized I don't want to be an internet troll anymore. I want to turn this into something positive. So not only was I traveling all over the country, playing this game at a high level, placing and or winning at most tournaments that I entered, I also became a tournament organizer. I started running established tournament events in that northeastern United States area, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. I was always the guy who showed up and ran the event or helped the person who was running the event do part of the event. I didn't take any pay for any of that. I never made $1 doing it. It was all volunteer work to help out the Street Fighter community.
Didn't you get charged by... What about the fucking court case that Best Buy fucking took you to court for because you fucking got a discount on your fucking consoles that you got from them to use for a tournament for you to make money on? I thought that was a thing where Phil's, you know, there was like ticket money being charged for people to turn up to this fucking tournament. And Best Buy kind of found out they fucking used this fucking employee discount to try and make personal fucking gain.
So in the Northeast, I was very well regarded at that time period. But then I retired, essentially. Around 2007, I got a back injury, and I retired, and I basically never got back to competitive Street Fighter ever again.
Well, a back injury, I don't think anyone here whatsoever can fucking understand the pain that a back injury can do to fucking, you know, cause you some debilitating discomfort or whatever. There's nobody here that can fucking relate to Phil's anguish of having a back injury.
So if you were to look on the internet,
How you doing, Steve?
for information about me from the Street Fighter community, all you're going to find is negative shit. Why? Because people only post the negative. You know, the people who liked me and met me in person and enjoyed the tournaments I ran didn't then go up and post a 5-page thing about how much of a good time they had. Instead, they would only rant about and rage about the things they hate. Wow, this guy's a dick. This guy's an asshole. This happened at the tournament. I didn't like it. That's what you find on the internet archive. Back then, there was no recordings. There was no YouTube, no Twitch. Nothing was streamed or archived whatsoever. It was all hearsay or what you saw in a forum post or in an IRC chat. That was the Street Fighter community back in the day, honestly. So that's it. So if you're, just think about this. If you're researching me and you want to find out my true history and you search on the internet, all you're going to find is negative shit. That's it. That's all that's there. And the funny part about it is, I don't really care. Like, that part of my life is such ancient history. I'm never going back to being part of the FGC. I've said this many times. I just have no desire to do that with my life. I'm happy where I am right now, and I don't actively try to do negative things anymore like that. Like, I'm so separated, right, from all of that shit that I have no desire to ever be involved with it ever again, okay? And that's a good thing. I moved on with my life many, many years. But the thing is, we have a documentary like this trying to dig up information. Now what they're going to do is look, oh, look, everything I ever found on the internet about Phil's negative. Well, yeah. Because that's what people fucking complain about on the internet, the negative shit. That's what gets emphasized. That's what gets pushed to the forefront. The toxic rises to the top because people like drama, right? And man, was I all about the drama in the Street Fighter community. I really was. Like, I was creating and propagating the drama to try to strum up interest for events.
That's the legacy you fucking left behind during those fucking days, Phil, so that's all on you. How is it everyone else's fault that there is no fucking historical archive of you fucking being, at any point in time in fucking 2005, a semi-decent human being, so much so that somebody fucking felt the need to fucking reflect that and, you know, have it for posterity to exist on the fucking internet? You can probably count in one fucking hand the amount of fucking good things that Phil Burnell has ever done in his fucking 42 years of living on his fucking planet. One fucking hand, I imagine you can fucking count on.
So essentially, that's what you're going to find likely in this documentary. You know, I say, well, what about the positive people? They're not playing Street Fighter anymore. The people who I used to hang out with in Connecticut, I have no contact with. They moved on. They have lives with families. They have no desire to be involved in a documentary about me. They haven't.
So hold on. The people that liked you basically fucking moved the fuck on from you and want nothing to do with you anymore. Am I understanding this right, Phil? So usually if people kind of really like me, you know what I mean, and I like move away from them, I'll still keep in touch with them because they're friends. You know what I mean? I think we call those friends, Phil. You know what I mean? The people kind of, you know, like to, you know, they have nice things to say about you, and they like hanging out with you, and, you know, going to events together and, you know, having some sort of social interaction together. I believe that's called friendship, Phil. And you're saying none of these guys wanted to fucking keep in touch with you over those years because they got married, they got lives, they got families. Are you sure that you know, you thought they were friends, but they weren't really. They were just your cohorts and tournament fighting.
Play Street Fighter in over 10 years, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't have contact with them. No one does, because they're done with that. You know, the people who stick around, you know, the long-time people like a Justin Wong or whatever, don't really know me. Justin doesn't know me. We never hung out. We were never friendly. He was from New York and was a top player who traveled with a group called Empire Arcadia that my group hated because we felt that this was like a corrupt and a real messed up group.
No, is that not just envy? You call it corruption, but basically Justin Wong's probably the best player in East Coast. Justin Wong is like, you know, for years now, being like one of the best fucking East Coast players in America. So many years now, fucking like, you know, a decade of fucking dominance, and Phil is like, oh, these guys are corrupt because, you know, oh, they're so good. Or whatever. You got fucking rinky-dink Phil fucking, you know, buying fucking Best Buy consoles from his wee fucking job employee discount so he can charge people fucking extra fucking money to fucking play his tournament. And Best Buy take his ass to fucking court to try and get rid of him. Justin Wong. It's amazing, so... Yeah, exactly. Justin Wong is beloved in the FGC. He's around the same time as Phil Burnell was. And his name is more synonymous with the FGC and Street Fighter than Phil Burnell's ever is. And Justin Wong didn't have to fucking act like an arsehole to anyone to achieve that kind of status. All he fucking had to do was play the game and enjoy the fucking game. And, you know, let that shine. Ah, for God's sake. It is just... ah, fuck me, man. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Yeah, and of course, yeah, Pepper P says he took him to court to get his unemployment benefits. Yeah, Phil was, so yeah, Best Buy dismissed him because Phil, you know, well, they said Phil, you know, exploited his employee discount to try and use the consoles he bought to run a tournament. And Phil thought it was a very unfair dismissal because it meant he didn't get his unemployment discounts. And because the discount was so goddamn low, the court agreed and Best Buy were forced to give Phil his unemployment discount after all. Well, his unemployment benefits. So there you go. Best Buy just fucking wanted rid of Phil at all fucking costs because he was such a fucking liability. They try to find some way to get rid of him, you know, like Phil said, like fucking $2 or something, using his employee discount. And so Best Buy like, see ya bitch, and Phil's like, hang on a second, that's kind of fucked up. And the court found in favour of Phil, which to be fair was probably the right thing to do.
So there's no one around to talk about that era. There was no one documenting it, literally. There's a few things you can find. Like I said, you can find some matches of me that are archived of me winning Evo tournaments. That does exist on the internet. But that's what I mean. So here's another example. All right? Old controversies and things that are so outdated that no one cares anymore. But for a documentary like this, they're going to be drummed up, right? So for example, very long ago, we're talking the very beginning of my presence being a YouTuber.
Oh, here we go.
There were two guys, teenagers, who basically offered to build me a website as a fan.
Oh my god. Is this a Mighty Furtado reference? Is this the fucking Lemon reference here? Oh my, are we really getting to this fucking territory here? They built you a fucking lemon.
Fan site for free that they would operate. So
Oh, is it a fan site? I thought it was a website.
offered to build me a website as a fan.
It's the fuck. Okay, so I thought it was about a computer there for a second. Yeah, they built my website. So I'm going to fucking tell a story before Phil does, okay? Because I fucking know the story, kinda. Phil used to have his own forums back. Obviously, he's always had his own fucking forums, but back in the fucking day, it was far more fucking popular. But Phil was a toxic piece of shit even back then. Phil was so goddamn toxic that the fucking people that ran his website decided to fucking kick him out of his own website and ban him from his own website. Yes, Phil has always been this fucking toxic. Now go on, Phil, you tell your story.
Fan site for free that they would operate so that my fans had a place to post up stuff. They also offered at one point to build me a PC. I would pay them for it, but they would build me a PC, and I guess it would somehow benefit them with some kind of, I don't know if it was a work project or a school project, I don't know what it was. But basically, this blew up into a giant controversy. Why? Because basically the PC showed up and had issues. It wasn't fully functional like they had promised. I felt like I didn't get out of it like what I had paid for. A lemon, essentially. It had damage.
He actually said the word lemon. He actually said it. The lemon PC, the fucking... There is so much lore to this. There is really so much lore to this. If you type in DSP lemon, you will get what you want to hear.
Master rate.
So there's a video here. This is a video that's like fucking 9 years old. This is originally from the King of Divas channel. Oh fuck, this is glorious. So it's a 5-minute video. Let's watch this 5-minute video, shall we? DSP tries it, buying a free K lemon.
And that I am just a console noob.
You know, keep in mind the fact that I've said numerous times that in the early 2000s to mid 2000s, I built gaming PCs for a hobby. I once had a LAN set up in my parents' house.
No, we didn't read that comment. That was too fucking fast. I built gaming PCs for a hobby. Then why didn't you build your own since supposedly your PC from a fan is trash, instead of bitching about it for 3+ years and how it is barely. And how is it you barely know how to work a PC if you built them and used to be a part of the master race? I swear he says anything to get an ego boost, just like how the hottest girl in school wanted him and no one else. Yeah, shout out to that fucking Latina chick. Also, this is from the same guy that spoke out of his ass saying, and I'm paraphrasing, said a lot more idiotic comments. Games aren't meant to be played on PC but need to be played on TV or surround sound, and that's the only way people should play them. And of course the response to that from Blackstar was, well, all you have to keep in mind is the same guy put himself in massive debt just to go to EVO, only to be placed 4th. It's fucking glorious.
These for a hobby.
Also, this is way too fucking slow. Phil fucking speaking this goddamn slow is torture. 1.25 at least.
I once had a LAN set up in my parents' house for games such as Unreal Tournament and Quake, and I loved doing it. So I know all about it, and I know how it works, right? I used to be in that group of people who I wanted to play everything on PC. Like, I used to be one of you. Last motherboard was very expensive, but it has a good chipset and everything in it. What's inside of this box? Holy shit. I don't know what any of this is. Look at this. I don't know what this is. I built gaming PCs for a hobby. Oh, what the fuck that is? I built gaming PCs for a hobby. The other screen, hold on. Alright, hold on. Oh, there you go, look. Freaking maxed it out. It went to 100%, so I cannot play a PC game on 1080p 60 frames per second and capture and stream at the same time. It doesn't work. Can't do it. Hold on, we'll test it again. There you go. Alright, I'm in the game right now. What the fuck is this? I don't know what that was. Here I am walking around in the game. My CPU usage 100%, ladies and gentlemen. 100%. 100% use, so I cannot play PC games. I still cannot play PC games. Wow. Seriously. This is why people don't do stuff on PC. Look at this. $3,000 computer. Maxes out the CPU. $3,000. $3,000. Unfucking believable. I still can't do it. Can you believe it? $3,000 and I still can't freaking record and stream in 1080p and 60 frames per second. Can you believe it? Well, the good news is we'll be able to do console stuff at really, really high quality. The bad news is PC I still can't play. Unreal. Well, I guess that's it for our test. There's your results. There are your results.
Oh god. Oh, hold on. What's some of the results? Download malware bytes. Okay, so Phil picked up some malware. What should he do to get rid of it? And everyone's just saying the same fucking thing. Malware fucking bytes. He couldn't use Google to answer that one. Oh, sorry, this is Phil we're talking about. So let's all have a big laugh again at his stupidity. Do we don't expect any level of competency from the guy who bought dual Titans made for overclocking and had no plans for OC in his PC in the first place, or get proper water cooling or a good CPU set to back up his 6 GB of GPU power. Yeah, you know, yeah, I always feel at my depth when I fucking read things like this because I'm not, you know, I'm not very PC literate, you know what I mean? But I'm sure that fucking made sense to some of you guys in the chat who are more PC literate than I am. He wastes almost 1500 buckaroos in high-end GPUs, but gimps them with a lower-powered CPU and chipset. One GTX 780 Titan is more than enough to do what he wanted. Or even a GTX 780 without overclocking could do the job with the right CPU behind it. Last time I checked, Phil was not making 3D models that would need 6 GB of CPU power and GPU power, and even then people who do professional 3D rendering don't hold back their GPUs, but it's Phil, he's never wrong. That was Phil's Lemon PC antics from back in the fucking day, essentially, yeah. That was he was sent a Lemon PC. Bear in mind that Phil was meant to be a PC guy, he was meant to be part of the Master Race back in the fucking day, he was meant to have fucking built PCs before, but he seemed to have no fucking clue what to fucking do when it came to picking the right parts for his PC and having someone else build it for him.
Physical damage to it when it showed up, okay? And in addition to that, as I basically talked about this stuff publicly, trolls emerged. This is around the time where stuff like "this is how you don't play" was starting to come out. So trolls realized that they could wedge themselves into the situation to try to exacerbate it and create drama, because this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to make toxic drama on the internet. So they basically started like really getting between me and them and trying to create stuff that really shouldn't have happened. And
Phil, you called your fucking, you know, person that built this for you. You know, like, you called them out and you were quite rude to them. You know, and so you're blaming detractors for your audience getting pissed off at you, for you bad-mouthing them, and other people noticing you being a prick to them. That's the detractor's fault that you were a prick to your audience.
And eventually what happened was just real bad blood. And eventually, they, you know, they started making, well, I say they, it was really one of them, not both of them. One of them started making like negative videos about me and stuff. And then basically I told them, like, I don't really want to have association with you guys because of what's going on. And they said, oh, you can have the website if you pay us for it. I was like, wait, what?
So hold on. They did, hold on. Let me understand this. They did all this for you without receiving a dime. Like, I think Phil bought the components for his PC, like, they built it for him. But I think Phil bought the components for it, so that's not Phil paying them to get a PC. That's Phil paying for the parts for them to make the PC for him and then send him a PC. So I don't think they got paid by Phil for building the PC. I think, you know, so that wasn't so. And they built my website as well in forums, and Phil didn't give him a penny. And so remember as well, this is at the height of Phil's YouTube popularity. He's like fucking popping off massively here. And he hadn't bothered to pay these guys anything yet.
Like, this is a fan site you created for me. I have thousands of my viewers who use it. Now you want me to buy the site from you that you offered to create for free? Yeah, you have to buy it from us now. So I did. Like, I paid them for it just to get it.
Oh, wow, how rare.
You know, it was pretty messed up. But anyway, that's what I mean. Like, this is all old shit. And I don't even remember, like, the details of any of it. Like, right now, if you were to ask me, how much did you pay for that PC? I have no fucking clue. I think the narrative that we were using back then, it was like $2,000 to $3,000. But I have no evidence of that, nor do I have any real recollection of it. It's not like...
So, wow. It was meant to be $3,000, apparently. But Phil was saying the narrative that we were using. That wording to me is fascinating. The narrative that we were using. That makes it think that it's not even close to fucking what it was in reality. The narrative that we were using is very, very interesting phrasing.
In 2024, I have receipts of something I bought in 2011 that I can reference. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I mean. So, for example, if June the King is making a documentary about me, and he's literally doing the most in-depth documentary about me ever in history, you know what he's going to do is he's going to cover all the controversies that I've ever come up against. And shit like this, like the old FGC stuff. This thing with these old moderators / computer makers, these things will come up. And it's like, so, can you defend yourself? No. How could I? There's no evidence of anything. This is ancient history, right? Perhaps in 2011, when I was buying this PC, if I thought that 13 years later, someone on the internet who makes documentaries was going to strum it up and say, where's the evidence of what you're saying? Maybe I would have some. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Do you think I care in 2024 about a PC I bought 13 years ago that I don't use? It's been retired for a decade. You know, of course I don't care.
Who fucking cares?
But that's the thing. That's what this documentary is essentially going to go through. It's going to go through like controversy after controversy after controversy.
I'm going to count that. That's the thing, here's the thing, same thing.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning. Controversy. And you're going to have 5,000 people on one side being negative about me on the internet. And the only thing you're going to have is like a small defense of me, what I have to say about it. Nothing documented, you know? And that's the problem with stuff like this is people only remember the negative. They only remember the toxic. What they say, the person who's the most upset screams the loudest and gets remembered. And everyone else who's happy just kind of goes through life having a good time, right? So, in reality, from what I'm to understand, this documentary will be mostly negative about me.
So let me ask this simple question. If I look back for evidence of things that Justin Wong or Jaha or Mike Watson did 15 years ago on the internet, will these things exist and will it show them in a positive light? Because I imagine it probably will exist in some capacity. Like the problem, the simplest problem here for Phil is that back in the day, just like current day, he was an arsehole. And Phil was worried about the fucking past narrative coming back to haunt him because he was such an arsehole. And now he's trying to fucking pignatize everyone into believing, no, when people met me in real life, they actually liked me. And like who, for example, Phil? Jaha, who wanted to fucking batter your fucking head in? Mike Watson? Vikant? You know, there's a whole bunch of these fucking former, you know, these fucking fighting, you know, FTC guys, former FTC guys who have fucking gone on record to saying that you were a fucking dick. You know what I mean? I don't actually know of any of them who have had anything nice to say about you as a person. The nicest thing I can think of anyone ever saying about you from the FGC time is that Jaha admitted that you were very solid at playing Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. He acknowledged your ability playing that broken fucking bitch port of a game. You know what I mean? It's not just a case of him like fucking saying, nah, Phil was never good. He acknowledged your ability in that particular version of that broken port of a game. That's literally the only example I can think of as somebody from the FGC kind of, you know, community saying anything nice about Phil, and that's from 15 years.
And I'm totally okay with that. I just want everyone to understand that. I never expected that a documentary that goes in depth about my history is going to be mostly positive at all, because there's a lot of negative stuff and toxic stuff that's been documented about me very fairly on the internet. You know, you want to talk about the FGC days? You want to talk about this stupid controversy from that long ago? You want to talk about, go for it. I don't see how any of that applies to today, but that's fine. You know, if anything, what we could show is that these are dumb controversies of the past where I made big mistakes, and I've hopefully learned from them, and I don't repeat them, right? You don't hear...
You mean the big mistake of fucking having like multiple credit cards wiped out to the max, putting yourself in huge fucking debt to travel to these fucking tournaments? And the only way you're able to write off that credit card debt was because you fucking struck it rich on YouTube when I shut my paydays. If Phil had never fucking made bank on YouTube, he would have had to declare bankruptcy back in 2012. Well, even before then, 2011, 2010. But lo and behold, he actually got his arse saved because of Machinima and that fucking views-based contract. When the fucking gravy train days fucking rolled in, he was able to fucking pay off those outstanding credit card debts that he fucking maxed out travelling to these fucking tournaments back in the fucking day. But yet, Phil made the same mistake when it came to fucking maxing out credit cards years later for his big move to fucking renting. 13 motherfucking credit cards, all fucking maxed out, $130,000 of fucking debt accrued across all those fucking credit cards. Wiped out in a magic fucking stroke of a fucking pen because of some dumbass fucking judge or some pish or whatever the fucking... I don't think they're called a judge, they're called something else. Some random fucking nutter who fucking decided that Phil was actually a fucking, you know, oh, he actually doesn't have to owe this money after all.
Any controversy today of me, you know, getting embroiled in a battle with someone else on the internet over something stupid like a PC or a fan site, or, you know, I try to stay as far away from any drama as I can, you know?
What? Fuck off. Yesterday he got fucking like ball deep in drama. Oh, detractors are this and detractors are that, and my community, you know, my haters are all saying this and that. Phil, you have nothing but drama. Let's remove drama from Phil's content for a second, okay? What have you got left when you remove drama from Phil's content? You have a boring fucking podcast with a boring fucking schedule with boring fucking gaming news and a bunch of fucking contributions, usually from fucking 1 Minute Man or whatever, and then he plays a fucking game purely for 3 fucking hours. Remove drama and what do you have? Fuck all. He needs drama. He desires drama because without it, what is there to fucking talk about And Phil would rather be talked about in some capacity, even by fucking haters, than just fucking have nobody talk about him at all because there's nothing going on and people are bored to fucking tears. He needs it.
I'm not going out there poking the hornet's nest and talking shit about people and trying to cause problems like I used to in the FGC. Like, these are things that are long in my past, thankfully. All right? But that's the thing. Like, I feel like when you look at a documentary like this, it's going to be focusing on all those controversies, as opposed to, you know, what is it that people really enjoy about Phil's content? Well, people want to watch that. People want to hear about all the bullshit, right? So that's what I expect. So for what I'm to understand, June the King says that this documentary will be at least 4 hours long. 4 hours long. His longest video he's ever made. All right? For clarification purposes, when I react to something, like I reacted to a 2-hour Wings of Redemption documentary, and it took me about 5 hours to react to it. Because essentially I add a bunch of my own perspective, my opinions on stuff. It becomes huge, right? Like, it was a whole day to react to the Wings of Redemption documentary when I did it. Well, can you imagine me trying to react to my own documentary where I'm sure I'm going to have even more to say about the topics involved, right? So here's the thing. Number one, he says it's going to come out probably in the fall. And if that's the case, I hope it comes out early fall, because as you know, that's the biggest gaming time of the year. So I hope when he says fall, he means like early September or something. You know, if this is like October, November, that's not good. You know, it's gonna be really hard for me to try to interject reacting to this thing in the middle.
Boo fucking who? Isn't that a fucking tragedy for you? I'm sure June the King will be fucking just broken up about you on your poor fucking precious gaming schedule to fucking play games. But Phil, if you can't fucking react to it when he fucking releases it, then that's a problem with you and your own scheduling. Big deal, it is what it is, nothing you can do. June should fucking release that video whenever he fucking wants to. And it should not, you should not fucking get to have a fucking say in that bullshit.
Midst of the busiest gaming season of the year. So I hope it's not something that takes that long, honestly. I guess we'll have to see. That's number one. Number two, taking a look at the scope of this thing, okay? The way I see it is, I want to basically react to the parts that are going to have the most interest for me and have the most to add. So I'll give you some perspective. The FGC stuff, I think, is gold. Because I was there, right? And I can tell you specifically, if he has examples of people shitting on me and saying awful things about me, I can confirm or deny to what extent those are real or what the real story is. And no one else.
But Phil, that's the thing. It's basically you said versus he said. Or they said. So, like, it's not a case of you might confirm or deny some things, but it's essentially your version of events versus theirs, and it's not really going to yield the truth or whatever. It's just two versions of a story.
No one else really can. There's no documented evidence of anything, so I'm the only one who has insider knowledge about that stuff, right? And again, I'll tell you right now, I was a piece of garbage from like the late 90s into the mid 2000s in the FGC. I was a real vile person online. I know I was, and I really regret that now. So I'll be able to attest to that and tell you how, you know, toxic I was or whatever, and talk about the full stories or whatever he's found out about that, okay? On the flip side, if there's something that's just complete bullshit, I'll tell you that too, all right? I'm very interested in his take on my earlier days as a YouTuber, when YouTube was just being formative and, you know, really didn't have an established formula for success and stuff, like what he thinks about the old days of YouTube and the content that I put out and stuff like that. I'm fascinated by that, because again, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't take it seriously. I was just being stupid and irreverent, and I know I made tons of mistakes back then, you know, by not taking it so seriously and not caring about what I said or did. You know, a lot of harmful stuff, a lot of dumb shit happened back then. I'm fascinated to go through that, right? But what I'm not really interested in is any of the bullshit that's happened in like the last 5 years. That's the same tired shit about finances, my bankruptcy, fucking mobile games, how I spend money, how I do this and that, which first of all is no one's fucking business at all. It never was. These are my attempts of my trolls to delve into my personal matters of my life and business that is no one's fucking business whatsoever, because they just basically want to hurt me, right? And I've already said my piece on this stuff a million times. You know, I said it.
Million was said. Finally, Phil said million.
Burger.
You know what the thing is about a million? It's an interesting number.
Jesus!
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it? 6 million. Well, guess what? You're wrong. It didn't happen. You're making it up, right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The boss being right.
It's always going to be funny. It'll never not be funny. Thank you. So guys, there we go. We got a million being said. That's so fantastic. Well, look, if a content creator wants to fucking play mobile games of their own volition, of their own, that's something. If they want to do that, fair enough. When you sit there every fucking day, and you ask and especially if it's a fucking slow stream, support has not been as forthcoming as you were fucking hoping for, and it's maybe not been just a slow stream, but it's been a slow couple of days, it's been a slow few days, it's been a slow week, it's been a slow month. Performance on YouTube has fucking gone down or whatever. When you fucking ramp up the fucking desperation in your fucking voice when it comes to fucking your financial situation, and you fucking put that fucking burden on your audience, and fucking tell them, guys, I fucking want to make sure I can fucking afford to buy this new game, or I need to fucking make sure I can fucking pay my bills and all that shit. When you tell your audience all this bullshit, okay, and then people can fucking see that you're fucking spending thousands of fucking dollars on a fucking mobile game. You can deny it all you fucking want, but all the evidence fucking points to it being fucking you. You can fucking cry conspiracy all you fucking want, Phil. But the fact of the matter is, every single fucking piece of evidence that we have fucking uncovered points to it fucking being you. From it being tied to your own fucking phone number, using the fucking lineup, to your fucking Discord ID being fucking associated with the fucking Discord groups for the fucking clans used in that fucking game, to everything, even fucking having the fucking phone show on your fucking screen. For a game you claimed you hadn't fucking played before and didn't fucking play. You had a game on your phone in July, was it July the 17th or July 23rd? I'm tempted just to fucking find it randomly. Let's see if I can find it. If I search Phil's shitey thing and type in like July 23. Was it July 23? It was! Why do I remember that date? I remember the day. Would you look at that over there? What's that on Phil's phone while he's messing about with Jasper Kitty on his fucking computer chair?
And welcome to the Daily Wrap.
It looks like there's WWE Champions time on his phone again. So yeah, Phil, and then also side scrollers asked him to get me into the big burning question, do you still play WWE Champions? Yes. Yes, I do. And like, Phil's, I can't show you this. I can't show you the evidence of me fucking pointing this fucking... I was like, I need to I need to protect my family. You can't see my phone and the account I used to play this fucking game. Oh, for God's sake, Phil. Phil is his own worst enemy. Forever and ever. He is his own worst enemy.
I don't even know.
If Phil's financials are nobody's fucking business, then he should stop fucking asking his audience for money and just see if it happens organically or not. Like, have I fucking stopped fucking bingo to ask people for fucking money? Fuck no. If I fucking did, I would get fucking called out for it, and rightly fucking so.
In an interview last year, I said it in my own content. I've said it 100 times. You know what I'm saying? My opinions and or my answers to any of those issues are never going to change. So what's the point? If he has a whole hour of the documentary about the last 5 years where everyone's talking about my financials and shit, right? I'm probably not going to react to that. I don't see the point. I'll literally be sitting there and be saying, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. But I'm not going to show you evidence of what's true because it's my business and not yours. It's harmful.
All the evidence that we have, and there's fucking overwhelming amounts of it, points to things like WWE Champions being true, Phil. So you can say not true all you want, but when we have the mountain of evidence at our disposal to fucking show it's you against your evidence of you just basically saying, nuh-uh, not true, nuh-uh, lies, then yeah, our argument seems a lot more persuasive.
If I show it to you, right? There's no point in why do you want to see me react to something you know I'm not going to talk about? Just be like, nope, not talking about it, private stuff, fuck off, not your business, right? So this is what I mean. Like, I feel like a bunch of this documentary would be fascinating for me to react to and really good stuff. And then a whole chunk of it is basically going to be stuff that I would never even want to waste time on. Okay. So the other thing is, and I have absolutely no idea if he is going to do this or not, I want someone to analyze the actual people who stalk and hate on me on a constant basis to find out about them. That's what I think is even more fascinating, because as interesting it'll be to go through my history, right? I think to find the people who have become the biggest stalkers, haters, like what kind of people are they? Why do they do what they do? What is their reasoning? What kind of lives do they lead? Are they normal people or are they really weirdos? Maybe they're normal people who are just completely obsessed. That would be more fascinating to me, but I don't think anyone's done that. You know, and I don't think June's doing that either. Just be clear, I don't think so. Maybe he is. I don't know.
It's a documentary on you, Phil. It's about you. This is not a fucking documentary on Piece of Peace. It's not a documentary on Super Crazy or fucking Tevin or Evil AJ. It's a documentary on you and on what you do and the things that you've done on your channel.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Warren for a super chat who says my taxes go to pay for his bankruptcy. Meanwhile, he spends his income on a mobile game. It is absolutely my business. Not only is it your fucking business, I think it is the entire, you know, the IRS's fucking business. Look, I've said this theory a lot of times. I'm going to fucking say it again. It might bore people, but that's the risk I'm willing to take. I personally am of the opinion that Phil Burnell has passed off his mobile game spending and all those fucking microtransactions that are shown. So his bank statements will clearly show all these microtransactions for WWE champions going to Apple, iTunes and all that shit. In fact, you can fucking see it when you go to when the bank leak information fucking contained all this crap. Apple, iTunes, microtransaction from PayPal as well. Microtransaction, all these fucking microtransactions that appear in Phil's bank statements. And like, so it's one of those things when, and what does Phil need to do to explain all these microtransactions? Well, he's got a fucking readily made excuse. He's a video game content creator. Microtransactions make up a part of his fucking business. I am of the opinion he passed off all these microtransactions that he used in his personal fucking time that was not related to his content and passed them off as business expenses. And that is why I think he fucking got the bankruptcy approved, because he managed to fucking convince the fucking IRS and the government or whatever that he's actually fucking using, this is actually a part of his fucking business. All these Apple, iTunes microtransactions that he's got in his fucking accounts or whatever, he's actually fucking passing these off as a part of his fucking business, even though clearly, you know, when do we ever see Phil Burnell use microtransactions? When is it ever a part of his content? Whenever? And so I think it's been a long fucking time. I think Phil literally fucking last used it when he was playing Overwatch, when he got a pack or something. I think he was like, you know, he got these packs in Overwatch. And so he's fucking doing his little pulls in Overwatch to try and get like different like skins or something, I don't know. But it's not really a feature on his channel. And for God's sake, it's unreal. And somebody made a very interesting comment earlier on, because I went and responded to, so Meow Blocked had an interesting theory out there. And they said, I'm going to throw a random theory out there. DSP's tax guy is someone that watches his content. Why do I think this? Go back to the Side Scrolls interview. They hint that he's not good, the tax guy, at the job, and Phil gets ultra defensive of him, protective almost, as if they were watching. So I responded to that and said it's an interesting theory, but that would lead to them being a willing accomplice in Phil's apparent abuse of pretending his mobile game spending is a part of the business that he operates, since it's apparent to anyone viewing DSP it's not a part of the content he creates. And Elian Gonzalez said, I seriously doubt that, because while Phil literally says he's not throwing the guy under the bus, he does state that his CPA knows more about his business expenses than he does, which in Phil's case is blaming his CPA because Phil knows damn well that he lies to this guy, which is a good wee comment. Plus someone else said, was it Otter? Yeah. Otter confirmed as well, he has called mobile games unrecorded playthroughs on at least 2 occasions. But there you go. Look, I don't want to, like, you know, harp on too much about it, you know what I mean? But oh my indeed. That is horrifying, and yet at the same time I can't stop looking at it. Why Barrett Wells? What possessed you to make this strange? I need to get away from that. Oh, for God's sake, the things that fucking pop up on Twitter. Anyway, I've said my piece about it, you know. Fuck it, let's get on my bingo. We're doing quite well with bingo, plenty more to go. Hopefully we can get a full house in this random Saturday stream.
I'm not there looking at what he's doing, you know? So that would be more, if he ever has something like that, that would be super entertaining, I feel. And I would definitely react to that, but I don't know, right?
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! So I guess we're going to see, because again, no one's going to know until this thing is out. But here's my prediction. It's going to be 90% negative. Seriously, I mean that too. I think like most of it's going to be, here's all the things Phil did wrong in history, laid out, and here's the evidence of it. Because this is all that's on the internet is negative shit about it, right? The people.
Phil, there's literally nothing much positive out there about you. But that's on you. Like how, where's the fucking testimonials from all your fans saying all these wonderful things about you? Like, where's the fucking dozens, like, all these people that come out of the fucking woodwork and fucking say, Phil, I've fucking been a long time fan. I loved your Heavy Rain playthrough from back in the fucking day and all that shit, you know. It's like, Phil, for fuck's sake, I mean, where's all their fucking testimonials? It's almost like you got these fucking fake people pretending they've been long-term fans just to appease your ego or something, because we don't hear much fucking else from anywhere else outside of your chat for these long-term fans. Where's the fan sites? You're a 15, 16-year YouTube long content creator. Where's all the fucking fan? Any nice things said about Phil Burnell? Is there any nice things that exist on the internet about Phil Burnell? I don't know. MethBear says he likely would have gotten the bankruptcy regardless. He either would have had to pay back a portion of his debts, likely under a Chapter 13 payment plan. Okay, fair enough, yeah. When it comes to legal issues, MethBear definitely knows best because he is a lawyer. Although he's not that kind of lawyer, he's like a different kind of lawyer. He's not a bankruptcy lawyer, but he still knows more about the law than I do.
Who actually liked me and enjoyed my content, they sit here, they watch, they interact, they contribute, and they move on. They're not making giant documentaries about how good Phil is. There's no compilation videos of the best stuff. It's just negative, 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 negative. That's the shit that gets attention.
Why is there no compilation videos, Phil? Look, there are some very entertaining content creators out there. You can probably PewDiePie will have his own fan compilations, you know. Russian Badge will have his own fan compilations and all that. Big Mooney's a Scottish content creator called Big Mooney 06. Very entertaining person. He likes to play as Hitman, but he plays other games as well. He has his own fan compilations. You know what I mean? When fans enjoy a person's content so much that they want to make a compilation from the things they've played in that content to fucking just highlight their favourite moments, that's a normal thing for fans to fucking do, to celebrate that person they enjoy. And yet not one single person in Phil's community in the 16 years he's been on YouTube seems to have been compelled to make a compilation positive about him. I mean, can anyone explain? Remember, the one thing that came close, and I don't know if it still exists. It might not exist in his channel anymore. Let me try and find it. Is it his throwback channel or his react channel? It'll be his throwback channel. 2 seconds, guys, 2 seconds. Shut up, Phil, you dick. I don't know. This is how you... I'm going to leave it at that. Wasn't it called This Is How You Do... I don't know. There was a fan-made version of This Is How You Don't Play. Yeah, I think it was his very top one. I'm not sure, or he's two of them. Like, I'm sure it was a Souls game of sorts. Let's see the fucking playlist. No,
What is going on?
Shut up, Phil. I want to see the fucking playlist. Yeah, there we go. I think this is a fan-made compilation. This thing right here. The best of early 2017, featuring Neo montage. Special thanks to Pascal for the video. This is the closest thing I can think of for somebody making like a fan compilation of someone enjoying what he did. Okay, this is literally the only example I can think of that exists on the internet in general of somebody making something of Phil's best stuff, you know, out there. And I'm keeping minutes away for the fucking start of 2017. Do you guys want to check this out and see what the best moments of DSP was according to a fan in 2017? I'm going to go 1.25 speed. I'm kind of curious to see what were the best moments. Will this be, how good will this be? If it was good enough for Phil to fucking accept and have on his channel, I wonder just how good it can be.
What is going on, everyone? Phil here, and welcome to KO Gaming for the first fan submission in quite some time. Today's submission comes from viewer Pascal, who worked on a montage primarily of my original Neo playthrough from back over the month of February, but also it includes some pretty funny and interesting moments from some other games that I've played over the earlier months of 2017. In particular, be sure to check out the YouTube channel of the person who made the music for this montage, because I have to give them a plug at the end of the video in order to be able to use it, so please take a look at the description of the video for a link to their YouTube channel. I believe their name is Edson Beats. Without further ado, let's take a look at the best of early 2017 Neo and other games montage.
So I'm hoping for some good shit here, Phil. You've explained it, you've introduced it, okay. What's the best moments then? This better fucking blow my socks off. I'm going to give it like a minute or two. Will it be good?
Well, that was pretty crazy. Today we're playing Outlast 2, Little Nightmares, The Walking Dead.
Is this copyrighted music? Am I about to get struck down by YouTube or some pish? Surely it's not copyrighted music. Phil wouldn't allow copyrighted music to exist on a video he's going to have on his channel. Surely not.
Oof! Oh my god! Oh. Moving on to something fun.
Wait. The first part of this compilation was him driving up a hill. And like, there's like, what's happening here? Why was this included in a montage of the best of early 2017 when just Phil made a moaning noise?
Oof! Oh my god! Oh. Moving on to something fun.
That was apparently a good moment to include.
There we go.
Wow. Dead silence for so long, and then there we go. I'm really entertained so far by this compilation. I'm so glad somebody made it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Good God, fucking Lord. I think I fucking shat myself a tiny bit.
I don't know, that seemed like a fake jump scare.
There we go.
Keep an eye on Phil.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Nah, he knew it was coming. I'm tapping at his compilation. It's such a pish compilation. You see what I mean? Like when you see fan-made compilations, all right? Usually the fan-made compilations are quite entertaining. So look back on and watch. The top 3 film moments there. At the start of that compilation, 1, he's driving up a hill slowly, and he goes, move on to something fun. Second thing, he's dead silent. And he's just doing a wee platform thing, jumping right to left. Gets there, and like, there we go. And that's that part, done. And then the third part, he's like fucking walking down the hallway in a jump scare, and he fucking does a fake jump scare. And he's like, oh, shot myself. Scat talk, great. There's nothing, if that's the highlights of Phil's gameplay, that's why there's no compilation, so your gameplay is not meaningful. There's no other way to fucking explain it, Phil. Your gameplay is not worth watching. It's not compelling to, not that kind of gameplay anyway. Phil played multiplayer games like Street Fighter where he's getting his arse kicked or whatever. You know what I mean? That kind of gameplay might be worth a watch. You know what I mean? The multiplayer aspect where Phil is putting his bits against somebody else. But when it's Phil playing a single player game, it is usually a fucking mundane experience where it's not worth watching whatsoever. Literally the only time it might be worth watching Phil is multiplayer.
On the internet, and that's what's going to be all over the internet, right? Nothing positive, just negative shit. I'm okay going down memory lane and reliving all that shit with you guys and explaining what I was going through, or fessing up to the mistakes I made. I think I did a good job of that with the Frederick Knudsen documentary a couple years ago. So I have no problem doing this with the June the King documentary. But again, I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, because number one, if this comes out in the middle of the busiest gaming season, I can't just drop everything to just constantly be reacting to this thing. I can't. It has to be maybe a slow burn kind of a deal. Where I go through it slowly, and we'll see. Or if it does come out at a time when there's no games, then I go into it more heavily. I'm okay with that too. You know what I mean? But we have to see what happens with it, because I'm not clear exactly how it's going to go until we eventually just, it's out, right? If it's 4 hours, like I said, dude, if it's 4 hours long for real, no exaggeration, that could be 10 to 12 hours of content that I'm going to be making out of it. But again, if a big chunk of this is about, the recent couple of years or 5, I would say it was like a 5-year period, right? Where basically I was going through financial troubles around 2018, 2019, went through the bankruptcy. People completely got themselves involved in that, which is fucked up because they never should have. It was completely against the law, so they did. And then ever since then, people have been on my ass about every single dollar I make and spend and all that bullshit, right? So that I'm really not interested in. What I'm interested in is his takes on my content, my history, all that stuff. And I would also like to hear a final thoughts. Like, overall, he probably thinks I'm an asshole. All right, I would
hold on. You don't want you have complained in the past about these documentary makers having a personal opinion about you as a person. That was one of the big things you fucking complained about fucking Turkey Tom, because they fucking had an opinion. 10 years of failure. They had an opinion about your fucking experience on YouTube, and their opinion was you've fucking been failing for 10 years on YouTube, and you fucking complained and bitched and whined and moaned about it. But now you want June the King to have his own opinion about you? What if you don't like the opinion? Are you going to fucking bitch and whine and moan at June the King for daring to have a fucking opinion about you?
be surprised if that's not his final take. Wow, Phil's been an amazing asshole. But I'd at least like to see if he has some opinion on if I've improved and if I've become a better person and a better creator, despite the fact that look at the sacrifices I made to do that. I could have become a toxic, drama-centric ass.
You are a toxic, drama-centric ass.
Like everyone seems to want to pull me into, right? They constantly be on the Lolcow podcast and be a toxic person to this guy and insult this one and do this, and I don't do that. I just sit here and I just make content for my audience and I just chill. And because of that, I'm a small-time guy. I could have gone the opposite way to try to blow shit up and get attention for myself, and I haven't. And that's a definite designed choice. That I want to stay in my lane and not be toxic to people on the internet, So I'm curious overall, if you were to look at my whole history from start to finish, right? Like, what do you think? He's probably gonna say I'm a piece of garbage. I wouldn't be shocked. I'm seriously, I would not be shocked if like his overall opinion is that he thinks I'm a jerk or I'm an asshole or, you know, I don't, you know, it is what it is, I guess. You know, that's life. At least I'm happy to know that people who spend time with me on a daily basis do enjoy my company and like my content, you know. But yeah, overall, does it suck to know that someone who looks at your history thinks at the end of the day that you're a very negative asshole? Yeah, it sucks. That's why I'm trying to change. That's why I want to be a better person. I hope people feel I am. I feel like if I wasn't, I wouldn't be happily married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I was still the same toxic jerk that no one would ever want to be with me, and you know, you guys wouldn't want to hang out with me anymore. It would just be everyone making fun of me constantly, and there'd be no positivity in my content. So I hope for the best, but you never know, right? Now, anyway, in regards to this, like I said, we will have to talk more about it as it approaches, and once we get like set dates and when it's going to come out and stuff, and figure out how exactly it's going to be covered, to what extent I'm going to cover it, etc. All right, but I've already laid the groundwork here. Yes, I'm interested in reacting to it for sure, but mostly the parts that interest me, where I feel like I can add something to, I can't add stuff to stuff I'm not going to talk about because it's harmful, right? I can't talk about my personal fucking business finances and shit and stuff that legally I'm tied. I can't even say, you know, that stuff is always going to be off the table. So, you know.
Hold on, legally you can't even say. Phil, what things are you legally not obligated to talk about? Is somebody got some sort of NDA against Phil to fucking stop him from fucking commenting on some particular aspect of his fucking life or something?
Big chunk of the documentary likely will be off the table. But maybe out of this 4-hour documentary, I can only react to 2 or 3 hours. I don't know. But we'll see. All right, we'll see, and we'll go from there. And by the way, I just want to say, to June the King, he's been very respectful the whole time. Like, he's reached out to me for clarification purposes on certain issues and for more elaboration and to get my takes. I know he's going to probably have my takes on stuff in the documentary that he asked me. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if he disagrees with me, I would bet some of the things that I remember were wrong. Like, for example, that whole stupid PC thing. I really don't remember the actual situation. I think I remember the generalities of the situation, but I don't remember the specifics. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, he'll go back and he'll look at a video where I say, oh, the PC was $3,000. And he'll be like, yeah, but I looked and it actually was $1,000. He'll show the receipts or whatever. Like, I don't have receipts. You know, I don't care either. Like, it's such an old issue and no one gives a shit about it, right? So I feel like that's going to be some of the stuff that's going to be in there. It's like, well, whatever, you got me, right? That's why I don't get involved with this kind of shit anymore. I just don't. I don't want to cause drama on the internet over nonsensical stuff that doesn't matter, you know? But
for fuck's sake, Phil, you're a fucking dick and you have nothing but drama. If Phil didn't have drama, then it wouldn't be fucking detractors covering his fucking arse all the fucking time because he's fucking always constantly on his fucking mouth, lying about all his fucking shit. Anyway, fuck it, whatever. We have 100 likes on this bingo stream, so we have earned our second free space of the game. And not only do we have a free space of the bingo card, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Phil is ready to watch on and enjoy as he sees his animated self out to propel into the sky on a bubble jetpack. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right hand corner for Jasper to do his thing. Okay, shit right up, Jasper. Good cat. I love that fucking cat.
we'll see. All right, so anyway, that's what's going on. And obviously, more on that as we get closer to its release, which seems like it's quite a ways away. I guess we'll get more information on it soon, right? Cool. Okay, we have one news story for today that I want to cover. It's a real weird one, okay?
I love how maybe so Phil still hasn't bothered to mention the BAFTAs for games. Like, remember I told you the other day, like the BAFTAs for fucking video games happened at the award event. Like Lara Croft was like one of the most, like, I think gifted like the most historic character or some push. You know what I mean? And then Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year and all that jazz, and always ever. The best animated game was Hi-Fi Rush or some push, a bit like that, or that, things like that. These awards happened the other night, and Phil's like, nah, this is not news. I'll try to fucking talk about this strange, bizarre fucking, thing about, how somebody apparently said something about EA, microtransactions or something. It's a strange thing. He ignores, like, genuine fucking news stories so he can just fucking come up with some strange, like, theories and conspiracies on his fake news platform.
It's a really weird news story. Just listen to this. So there's an indie game company, all right, called Possibility Space. And they announced overnight they're going out of business and closing the studio. The reasoning is some of the weirdest I've ever heard, all right? So basically, the owner of the company is named Jeff Strain, and he sent out a letter to all employees about this, okay? I'm just going to read it word for word. You ready for this? So this is, imagine you're working as a game developer on a game for an indie company. You have no idea what goes on behind closed doors or behind the scenes. All you're doing is you're making a game. You're getting a paycheck, right? Here's what he sent to everyone. I'm going to read it word for word. Late last week, I received a list of topics and questions from Ethan Gatch, a reporter at Kotaku, regarding an article he's writing about Britannia Media and the closure of Crop Circle Games. Much of it was expected, but I was also stunned to see non-public information about Project Vonnegut. That's the name of their game. Disclosure of our publishing partner with details of our business and financial relationship and details of internal P&L, profit and loss. Discussions and confidential all-company meetings. Mr. Gatch specifically credits current employees as the source of all of this information. Leaks of this nature are typically malicious and done by outside hacking. So to see internal team members under a confidentiality agreement engage in this was shocking. Given the company's own strict confidentiality and notification obligations, I immediately got on a plane for in-person meetings with our publishing partner to disclose this information breach and discuss the impact on the project. During that discussion, our partner expressed low confidence that they would be willing to invest the additional resources needed to complete the game, so we mutually agreed we're canceling Vonnegut. As a result of the cancellation of the publishing relationship, and after careful consideration, I am closing Possibility Space. Today is your last day of employment with Possibility Space and Pretania Media. Your final paycheck, including pay for work through the end of today, will be deposited to your account, along with any other required payments as dictated by your work location. And then basically, it just has a whole bunch of legal mumbo-jumbo about who's getting paid for what, and there may be severance pay or not, depending on where you live. I retained a DC-based global law firm to oversee the wind down of our studio. An employment attorney from the firm will soon follow up with your personal email address and additional details, and that person will be your direct point of contact from here on all matters related to your employment. And I'm just, skipping through a bit. You can keep all of your development equipment, provided you permanently delete all company confidential information, confirm you've done so in writing, and strictly abide by your existing confidentiality obligations, including proper handling of company IP and other confidential and proprietary information. As of today, I am stepping away from game development and the industry to focus on my family and care for Annie. I don't know, maybe that's his daughter or something, or his wife, I don't know. I wish all of you the best as you navigate the complex industry and the challenges and opportunities ahead. So overnight, you're a game dev. Everything is fine. The next day, you get this email. You're fired. You may or may not have severance pay, depending on where you work. You may or may not be able to keep the shit that you had. Like, what if you had like a work laptop? You could just keep it. What? Yeah, you could just keep it. Just delete all the stuff about our company, but that's your laptop now. Huh? When did that ever happen? Never. I don't think I've ever heard of a company that you get fired, but they let you keep the assets you got from the company. Just keep them. What? Really? You don't want it back? Just liquidate it? No, just keep it. Like, what? So, you might say, well, what's so weird about this? Okay? So, to summarize, for those who didn't understand all that stuff, so basically, there seems to be some kind of questions regarding the legality of the financing of this company. Okay? Kotaku was researching an article about it, and employees, apparently, according to the CEO, gave the Kotaku journalist inside info that they should not have given them per a confidentiality agreement, including all the information about the investment firm or whatever that was financing the game. So in a panic, the CEO went to meet with the investment firm or the financiers of the game, and they said, well, in light of all this, we just don't want to finance your game anymore, so goodbye. And they cut the cord. So now the company literally has no money because they don't have a game yet, and so they're going out of business. Okay? And it's like, huh? What on earth? Now, to just even add more fuel to the fire of how weird the situation is, 5 days ago, I'm not kidding you, 5 days ago, the CEO, okay, of this company, Possibility Space, made this post. Game developers simply deserve...
Oh, he made a post. So he's talking about Twitter.
Burger.
That counts.
Better than what is happening in our industry right now. Let me say it plainly, layoffs are the result of bad management and poor strategic management and bad decision making. Game developers are not Legos to be discarded when the structure no longer needs them. They are human beings with families, pets, friends, and communities who rely on them. Profitable companies conducting mass layoffs of the actual people who make their successful products is astonishingly bad for business and morally vile. All I can say to the devs impacted in the last few months, this is not your fault. Take care of yourself to the best of your ability and have hope. The epics, blizzards, etc., of tomorrow are starting small and will grow up to be new and different and better. I'm personally sending love and support to every developer struggling out there. So it sounds...
I mean, obviously, he's made that... First of all, bad timing for the fucking comment, of course. Second of all, he's fucking criticising these big, massive game development studios like EA and Bethesda and all that shit who are fucking doing these big cancels. He was in charge of an indie company that were trying to fucking get bigger, and obviously some big, massive thing happened internally, which kind of screwed things over for them. That's what it sounds like. But yeah, I guarantee you Phil's going to laugh here. I guarantee it. I know it's fucking coming. Phil's going to fucking laugh here.
To me, like, this guy was well-intentioned, wanted to start a company that was not going to be like the other companies that just cut the cord and discard you. But because of what happened here, he just can't because he has no money and he went out of business, right? So I guess the question here is, what really happened? And the answer is we won't know until the smoke kind of clears here. But it's just the weird... Have you ever heard that as the result of a journalistic article being researched, that a company completely went out of business? Right? Like...
Yeah. Look, it's not an unusual thing to fucking happen, Phil. But this sort of thing happens now and again because companies fucking do some deep fucking... Has he never fucking heard of, like... There you go. Enron. Easy fucking example. Phil... Jesus Christ. This is how out of touch with reality he is. He lives in his own little fucking bubble. Phil thinks this is a fucking first for humanity. For this sort of thing to fucking happen.
The article didn't even come out. And they went out of business. That's just weird. Like, what the truth is, what is the core thing that was being researched for the article? Like, is it that they think that the financing was, like, illegal or something, or not kosher, or, you know? Like, I don't get it. Like, what was Kotaku researching? A A lot of people are pointing their finger at Kotaku saying, shame on Kotaku, because of what you did, a company's now out of business and people lost their jobs. A lot of people are pointing their finger at the CEO saying, what kind of an operation were you running? That all your financing was based on one company, and just because publicly it was going to be known they were your financer, that then they pulled the plug. Like, what's that about? So it's just it's a weird, unique situation, and I think we're going to get more information on it over time. Like, this controversy has just begun, and so more research will be done. People will try to find more out about it, but it's just the weirdest thing. Overnight, a company completely closing for what? Like, what happened? You know, I'm curious, like, what's wrong with a company financing a game? Like, what's up with, was the company a political company or something? Were they politically charged and didn't want to know that they were involved with the game development or something? I don't know.
To me, I thought the initial issue was that these things were disclosed. Like, the letter thing that Phil read off included things like the profits and losses being disclosed publicly, which is not information that should be out there fucking publicly, which basically tells you how fucking well a company's doing. So I thought that was one of the big fucking, you know, red flags that fucking triggered all this, that fucking this internal information was being revealed publicly for people to know. But what do I know? I don't have a fucking business degree or anything.
It's very weird. And by the way, the name of the game was Project Vonnegut, like Kurt Vonnegut, the writer. What kind of game was this?
I felt a lot of these games fucking have pretend fucking titles. You know, they're not the true title of the fucking game. It's just the way it fucking goes. So it wouldn't have been a fucking final title of the fucking game, I imagine.
Like, I can't think of a game based on the writings of Kurt Vonnegut that would be much of a financial success unless it took very creative liberties. You know what I'm saying?
Who fucking
I'm
cares?
very confused about it. So I guess, like I said, if more information becomes available, I'll tell you guys. I'll cover it further. But this is really confusing me, and I've never seen a situation like this before happen. So I'm intrigued, and I want more. But the thing is, we may never know. There may be legal agreements in place, like you said, there's confidentiality agreements in place that these people are not supposed to be talking publicly about it. At the same time, someone already leaked this email. An internal company email that should have never been leaked is on the internet right now. That's what I just read you. So there's obviously some employees that just don't give a shit, right? Okay. Anyway, I think it's time to get to shout out, shall we? It's already 12:20, so I think we should begin with shout outs. We start off with BB Phil, who did a super chat saying, ever consider selling coaching sessions? No, I don't think that paying for coaching is something I'm interested in.
Coaching for what? What are you going to fucking tell? What are you going to fucking educate people on? How not to fucking, you know, run a YouTube channel? How not to play a fucking game? Phil, you're a fantastic fucking example of what you should not fucking do in life and in fucking games and running a business and all that shit. You're the example of what not to fucking do. Always, forever.
BB Phil, did a super chat. Most of the guys from the Hate crew, you mean Team Hate, the old fighting game community group, have public profiles that are easy to contact. They're indeed a bit puzzled by the sudden interest, so I backed off like you told me to. Yeah, because again, there's no reason for anyone to be bothering people about this shit. They probably don't care, right? They probably don't want to be bothered by this. They're like, why would you bring this up? I didn't bring it up. Someone else did, and now people, of course, want to make shit out of it, so I'm not going to talk about it. It's that simple. Like, I have nothing to do with it. I told you, I am disconnected from the FGC. I want nothing to do with the subject. Okay, so BB Phil, thank you, but please stop talking about it. I'm just going to warn you now. People are being now contacted about it. That's fucked up. And
Jesus, man, he's fucking So here's Phil. Phil on this podcast, remember, was like saying, oh, you don't get to fucking hear all the positive things that were said about me back in the fucking day. His old wee fucking crew from back in the fucking day, Hate crew or whatever, you know what I mean? They're fueled by hate, you know, and Phil's the king of hate. These are his old fucking, his old posse. His old fucking cohorts or whatever. And like, it's like, oh, well, these guys have anything nice to say about Phil? And Phil's like, don't talk to them. Don't contact them. Leave them alone. That was years ago. And Phil's, I don't understand, Phil. On one hand, you're complaining that there's no nice things from back in the day about you existing on the platform, on the internet or whatever. And then, when these people do exist to talk to just say, hey, nice memories about Phil, you're like freaking the fuck out and saying, please leave these guys alone. I don't know, there's something. Phil's absolute fucking fear of these guys getting contacted is fascinating to me. Like, they might have stories about Phil which she is desperate not to have told. You know, I feel like they have fucking dirt to possibly on him that he does not want being disclosed. That's what it feels like anyway. But his absolute fucking freak out about anyone contacting these guys is just quite interesting to me.
And just shut up about it. I don't ever want to hear about it again. Okay. No, because I'll tell you why. This is exactly what people want. They want to create drama. So, for example, this whole situation I was just talking about with these two guys who made a fan site for me, made a PC, and all that. That situation was 100% fueled and exacerbated by trolls. And what I mean by that is, it should have been just a behind-the-scenes thing between us. Instead, the trolls kept interjecting. They kept contacting the guy and bothering him. That would stir him to make a video and this and that and go back and forth. That was one of the original times that happened. Another time that happened was with my friend John Rambo, where here I am making my content, answering questions in Q&A, and the trolls would take my answers and they would go then to John and say, look what Phil said, and he means this and he insinuates this, and basically they tried to put a wedge between us. All right?
Well, Phil, you put that wedge in yourself. John Rambo sent you a text, a very personal text, saying you were taking some time, away to fucking chill. Phil, so John Rambo, okay, if some people will know a story, some people won't know a story. But John Rambo and Phil Burnell were friends. That much is true back in the fucking day. One time, John Rambo, who liked to go out into the woods and just fucking get away from it all, he sent Phil a text saying, I'm just, I'm going away for the weekend or whatever, I'm going to just chill in the woods or whatever. The text... So Phil, for whatever reason, Phil Burnell thought it was a good idea for him to read this personal text he got from John Rambo, read it out to his audience on his kind of fake crap, and then opinionate on whether he was not going to do YouTube stuff anymore. And he seemed to imply and have a theory that John Rambo was quitting YouTube, which caused Rambo's fans to freak out and go, what the fuck, Rambo, you're stalking YouTube? And he came back from his fucking detox of the internet, all confused because of all this fucking mass drama created by Phil running his fucking mouth because he fucking dared to read a fucking personal text on his fucking show. That wasn't detractors inserting himself into fucking drama. That was Phil Burnell causing the fucking drama by taking a very personal thing behind the fucking scenes and choosing to fucking put it on his content, on his fucking platform, and misrepresenting it and causing Rambo's fans to fucking be concerned about the future of that channel. And it's the fucking detractors' fault, of course, Phil. It's the trolls' fault that fucking John Rambo and his fucking 4-foot nose is no longer in Phil's life.
So every time that people try to get fucking involved with this shit because they're stalker idiots, they try to fuck things up for people. And usually it's not even stuff that I'm involved with. Like for example, in this case, I literally haven't talked to any FGC people in a million years, right? I'm not involved in it. I have a life separate from that. I don't care. Anyone who's going out of their way to talk or contact with FGC people, for me, you're barking up the wrong tree. It doesn't affect me at all. All you're doing is you're bothering and harassing people. And I don't want that. So that's why, stop bringing it up. Literally, I don't want to fucking hear it again, period. And if I see it, I'm gonna get pretty fucking pissed off. Okay? Okay. Let's continue. So with tips today, we start off with a troll, so I just ignore that moron. Go fuck yourselves. And then I got another tip from... let's see here. From Sarah, who tips $1 and says, if you're given the opportunity to meet face-to-face with your biggest detractors who are obsessed and make negative videos about you and have an off-camera conversation, would you have it? No, why would I ever want to do that? I keep trying to explain to people, I don't care. I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I know I'm never going to please everyone on the internet. I'm never going to please everyone on this planet. There's always people some people like you, some people hate you. I've long accepted that I'm not going to be some regarded positive figure on the internet because so many people have said so many awful things.
But you're regarded, alright, Phil. You're definitely fucking regarded. I think we can all agree you're very regarded.
Things about me, that will never happen, okay? People have the right to say bad things and or criticize. They don't have the right to slander, defame, or try to ruin my life. Okay? There's a line between that. Sadly, a lot of people don't understand that line. And they don't care what extents they go to benefit off of my misery. Okay.
Phil, you caused your own fucking misery. You fucking bankrupted yourself moving across the fucking country without understanding the fucking basic tax laws of the fucking state you fucking moved to. You fucking bankrupted yourself thinking you're going to fucking have the glory days of fucking YouTube last fucking forever, and then fucking Machinima fucking didn't give you the fucking views-based contract anymore, and the ad-pocalypse happened because of fucking PewDiePie or whatever. It's everyone else's fucking fault apparently, but apart from your own. You're the one that fucking chose to fucking live a fucking lifestyle that can't fucking be sustained by a current fucking method of income, so you're fucking begging to your fucking fans day after fucking day to try and get some more money from them every single fucking day. Just to fucking keep fucking fueling that fucking unsustainable fucking lifestyle, which is fucking, this is not a normal lifestyle. This is not just fucking Phil trying to afford fucking groceries or whatever. This is fucking Phil fucking spending stupid fucking amounts of money on fucking things like WWE champions and fucking DoorDashers every single fucking week or whatever. And yes, I understand I'm fucking talking rapidly, I can't fucking help it. When I get really wound up sometimes, I just fucking go at time go modes, I do apologise. When I get really wound up, the fucking's intensify, the speed increases to my normal natural flow. It is what it is. I do apologise if people fucking got very confused trying to follow the words that I was coming at my mouth. I would recommend half speed for trying to follow what I just fucking ranted there, but you get what I'm fucking saying though, guys. You get what I'm saying here. Phil is the fucking arbiter of his own fucking problems here. He's the one that fucking created all his fucking issues in his fucking life in the first place. He is the one that fucking, has got an unsustainable lifestyle. We didn't fucking force Phil to move across the country and live this life. He chose that himself. We didn't fucking force Phil in his fucking. We didn't tell Rambo and Howard to stop being friends with Phil, right? They chose out of their own volition because they fucking found out Phil was a piece of shit, basically, who only wanted to use him for content. Phil was a very using person. He still is a using person. Look how he treats his fans today. The fucking people that fucking, you know, edit videos for his fucking throwback channel, and fucking he uses his fucking audience to try and fucking suggest things, you know, marathons and all that shit for him. He uses everyone all the fucking time, and he throws them under the fucking bus when things don't work out. He is a very abusive person emotionally. When it comes to relationships, friendships, or even his own fucking audience, he abuses these fucking relationships on a constant fucking basis. For fuck's sake. But yeah, I need to stop ranting. I'm fucking miles. I am behind Phil by an hour and 17 minutes. And that's because I just can't help but rant.
Okay? So that being said, and knowing those people exist.
Oh, that being said was said. Thank you. Shout out to that being said.
Right? Why in the holy hell would I ever want to speak to those people? It's obvious that they either have no moral compass, so you're never going to reason with someone who doesn't understand morality or reason. They are just, I just want to benefit. I don't care. I just want to benefit, right? You know, for someone like, for me, maybe talking to someone who back in the day used to be a big critic of me for morality reasons. You know, the fact that people said, man, you really were too harsh on game devs back in the day when you did your commentary. Even if you were joking, it's kind of harmful, the things that you say. Man, you were over the top with the sexual comments, the racial comments. That stuff needed to be toned down directly. Man, you just did not listen to feedback. You were obstinate. You were like a boulder that you're talking to and wouldn't respond. People wanted you to improve and do different things to make your content better for your own good, and you didn't listen. Those are all valid criticisms. And if someone wanted to talk about something like that, especially someone from the past, that's more fascinating to me, right? Not these people today, who, as we talked about yesterday, the only reason they're in for it is profit. They don't care if what they say or do is anything positive. Or excuse me, if what I say or do is anything productive or positive, or all they care about is making money, right? So any way that they can make the money off, why would I want to talk to someone like that? I already know that they're scumbag. There's nothing fascinating to get out of talking to those people. If someone wanted to do a documentary on those people, you get the inside story of who they are, why they do what they do, how underhanded the shit they do is, how they think that they're like I said yesterday, these people have community. And the communities criticize me for what I say. I will say someone in Street Fighter who literally just mashes a pattern with no thought is a mouth drooler. They say, that's very offensive. And then they go on to say things like people in my community are wheelchairs or dents.
So Phil, again, I will highlight this. Are they both wrong? Or is only one wrong? You can't have it both ways here, okay, Phil? Either they're both wrong or they're both acceptable. This is not a simple case of you get a fucking free pass and the detractors don't. Phil, and D-Dog thinks this is thumbnail material. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't think I've actually had a potential thumbnails yet today, so let's see what we can do. Sadly, the hand is a bit fucking, you know, blurry. That might not work out too well when I'm trying to do this, but I will do what I can. People really like the face, so that's the main thing. That's the main appeal, is this strange looking face. Let's see how this looks. And it worked out kind of well. The hand's a bit strange. This is like fucking PS2 kind of San Andreas kind of hands. You ever fucking play like San Andreas again and you look at people's hands and it's like, where's the fucking fingers? Yeah. Great game, but yeah, they fucking didn't know how to do fingers back in the day. To be fair, it was a fucking older gen console. There we go, and I've thrown that image, I've thrown that potential image. Oh, that potential image, it's a fucking image. I've thrown it in there. I've thrown it in my members Discord for my members to enjoy. There we go.
Insanely offensive comments or terms about handicapped people that should never be said. And they just say it over and over like it's normalized in their community to say that that's fine. They can say that really fucked up, but God forbid that I say something about someone's skill level and fighting it, right? But that's what I mean. That's what should be looked at and analyzed. Not, oh, what did Phil do today in Street Fighter when he raged? Like, what the fuck? That's not even interesting. It's not. There's stuff going on over there. Like
Phil just admits that his content isn't interesting. Phil just admits to his own audience his content not worth of any interest whatsoever. But still, he wants you to view and engage and like and super chat and super thanks and everything else.
It's funny because they like to say that Phil's the lol cow. No. Those communities are...
Oh, Turbo Nose. Those are Turbo Nose right there.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 away from a free space.
More interesting than me, therefore they're the lol cows. Go analyze them. Go make them act out and see how they react. Like when they're infighting and their horseshit. That's the fascinating thing to study. Not me. I'm just a normal dude playing games and having fun with a few people online every day. There's nothing so dramatic or interesting here. You know what I'm saying? At all. It's just... nothing at all. It's them making the drama. That's the fascinating subject. So go check them out, not me, right? And leave me alone. And vice versa. I have no desire to talk to them or become involved with them at all. I don't care. I don't even know who most of them are. I only know about them because you come into my chat and you'll say a word about them. I'll be like, oh, that's who it is? I don't even know. I don't know. I literally right now couldn't name, besides this Duty Streams guy, I couldn't even name. Like,
oh my god, Duty Streams gets another fucking shout out. His ego is going to be fucking, you know, that's going to be one big massive head he'll have because he got another fucking shout out from Dark Side Phil.
another one of these modern detractors of mine. They're just the next generation of fucking loser who just does this over and over and over.
Ah, fucking me. It's just incredible. It's just Phil. Phil is desperate for nobody to pay attention to the last 5 years of him making content. Essentially, he's desperate to try and avoid everything after bankruptcy, because that is when his financials were as... His financials have never been as scrutinised as heavily as they were come the bankruptcy. One of the most damaging things to ever happen to Phil Burnell, in my opinion, was the bank leaks. The thing that Phil claims is not real, is not genuine. He says this is all fabricated, okay? He says every single bit of information on here is made up and not real. He thinks this is all been, you know, concocted by the imaginations of detractors and not just something that was pulled from the fucking bank records from Phil's Bank of America automated plane. You know, this information was essentially garnered from people calling Bank of America and getting every single list of deposit and debit and credit, and it was an automated phone call, and that was then transcribed from YouTube to here, two separate files, and then piece of piece made it all look presentable and put it on here. So yeah, this the source of his information, okay, is not just pure just fucking, oh, so I'm going to type in this line, I'm going to type $109.99 and I'm going to say it's for Apple iTunes and just fucking type away, whatever. That's not how the information came about. It all came from recordings from the Bank of America fucking bank. When you called up the fucking number to try and get a list of your fucking debits and credits, historical fucking information that went back like 18 fucking months from the point of when the fucking call was made or whatever. All here, all logged, all archived, all the fucking debits and all the fucking credits, all listed right here. It's like, that is where the information came from. But Phil is claiming that the information here is not his information, it's not entirely about him. He also claims that somebody had access to his fucking bank account and tried to do and took $9,000 from his account. So even though someone got into his account, according to Phil, and tried to take $9,000 from him, he claims this is all fake and fabricated. Makes sense of that. But to me, the bank leaks happening was one of the worst things to ever happen to him, because basically it fucking called into massive scrutiny what he actually does with his fucking money. It has been before the bank leaks happened, it was a long running mystery. Phil gets X amount of money per month, and yet he always seems to be fucking struggling. Where does the money go? And coinciding with the fucking bank leaks, of course, is WWE Champions and the fucking habit there he has. And basically around about the same time, the bank leaks was basically a confirmation of his expenditure in WWE Champions. Like they almost ran parallel, hand in hand. You know, almost, you know, because it was the craziest fucking thing. It really was. But yeah, but ever since then, obviously, Phil's finances have been under very close scrutiny, and he can't stand that because it hurts his own narrative. His narrative of, I'm so fucking desperate to try and pay my bills this month because it's been a slow fucking month. No, it's not. Because you got piece of piece fucking tracking your fucking contributions and your fucking super chats and all that shit, and even Game of Face Gaming these days fucking tracking your super chats and your support and everything else, your tips and all that jazz. Like, it's harder for Phil to try and, you know, and say, oh, things have been slow, because, you know, we can see otherwise to the fucking contrary, you know? Like, hey, Phil claims things have been slow. No, they fucking haven't. And this information is a bit out of date. As I said, Phil the other day got $151 on a day stream and $46 on the night stream, so almost 200 buckaroos for Phil the previous day. You guys know I'm fucking obsessed with the goddamn bank leaks. You guys know it's fucking... Without the bank leaks happening, I wouldn't have been making DSP content. That is the one... Even though I was a detractor before then, the bank leaks is what got me back into, like, thinking and talking about DSP, giving my own opinions, giving my own theories, breaking down the numbers, trying to just kind of make sense of what happened this month compared to that month, looking back historically and some of the things he said compared to the bank leak data. The bank leaks was one of the biggest things about this. One of the big things to get me back into, like, making content about fucking DSP. And then from then on, obviously fucking Bingo evolved and all that shit. But Jesus, man, yeah. I cannot speak. So, but yeah, Phil hates the scrutiny about the fucking Bankley stuff, but that is why. So basically, we have this overwhelming amount of evidence at our disposal from WWE champions and everything relating to WWE champions, the phone number being tied to line, Discord, everything else, and we have the Bankley information as well, and the historical information of all the fucking transactions he's fucking made. All this evidence is on the detractor side, okay? Whereas Phil's evidence is him basically going, nah, and that's essentially it. So that's why I want to ignore the last fucking 5 years or so, ever since the bankruptcy happened. Well, I think it's actually fucking like closer to 9 years now, isn't it? It's almost fucking 9 years since the fucking bankruptcy. He doesn't want to address any of it because he has no way to debunk the massive amounts of evidence that are fucking piling up against him. Every single fucking thing points it to being him. And Phil's only fucking rebuttal is, no, not true. Without any other word to explain why it's not true.
So whatever. Okay. Hold on a second here.
1 minute,
I
man.
received 3 tips. The first tip is a $10 tip. A $10 tip from 1 Minute Man.
I knew it. I have a feeling that 1 Minute Man is going to have a series of tips today, at least 2. So prepare for more real noises.
And he says, my analysis of the detractors yesterday was pretty good, but far from complete. To do so might require a master's level thesis. Yes, I agree with you there. We're going to keep going because he has more to say here. Up to $11 a tip so far. To do so, okay, your best shot at getting a fair analysis of your situation is by a YouTuber called Dr. Grande. He has analyzed a wide range of people, even Joe Rogan. All of his videos are in response to requests. In any case, you need to determine what you mean by detractors. Are restreamers the same people who try to damage your livelihood? As you said, it doesn't make sense. If you're out of business, they're out of business. Okay. I received an $8 tip. Okay. The animation here, add that. He says, if you don't understand your situation, some self-awareness.
That was also from 1 Minute Man. Phil just forgot to fucking say it was.
This is vital. Without it, nothing will ever change. You have matured over the years, but you're not there yet. Firstly, you need to realize combination of your playing style and in-game reactions while entertaining can create opposite reactions with others. In addition, your bombastic and emotional response. Look at bombastic. I don't think I've ever used that word before. Your bombastic and emotional response to certain comments and messages is at times predictable. So people love to yank your chain. Sometimes you rise above it, sometimes you don't. Those moments are what streamers love. One of the main rules online is never lose your cool. If you do, you make yourself a target. Fair enough. All right, this is great. Bombastic. I love that word. It's like the word itself sounds like bombs exploding, right? Bombastic. All right. Then he did a $6 tip, so thank you for that. That gets us to $25 tip so far today. He says, if you had created a YouTube persona, perhaps like Dr. Disrespect, and you separated that character's comments from your real self, you would at least have a layer of protection against personal attacks. Presenting yourself as a real person is very risky, and the most risky thing anyone can do online, unless you're Mother Teresa or someone with a very pleasant, likable, agreeable, non-polarizing personality. In real life, everyone hides something. You can.
I completely disagree. Any example we've heard of Phil Burnell in the real fucking world, in real life, is not the same as what we fucking see on these fucking streams. Also, that last tip was also 1 Minute Man, so... $10 plus $8 plus $8, 24 buckaroos and tips from 1 Minute Man. The real life Phil Burnell in the real fucking world, when he's fucking confronted with fucking reality and people are fucking actually able to fucking confront what he fucking says and does on a regular fucking basis, we've fucking seen so many examples of Phil basically just fucking turn into some sort of meek little bitch ass pussy who doesn't want to fucking face the reality and the consequences of his fucking actions, so he fucking caves up into a fucking ball essentially and fucking tries to get, you know, keep protected from all the fucking mean things around him in the world. The story of what happened with fucking Jaha and Mike Watson when they fucking confronted him at that fucking car park at one time. Where Phil ran his fucking mouth non-fucking stop and wouldn't stop running his fucking mouth, and his one fucking go-to excuse to get out of that was, guys, I'm an alcoholic. It wasn't Phil being on that, I'm an online troll and arsehole trying to fucking stir up fucking drama and controversy to try and build up hype for the FGC. No. Phil's excuse was, I'm a drunk. I'm an alcoholic. I have no control what I say or do sometimes. I need help. And they fucking cried his little bitch ass eyes out and they fucking left him alone. That's... So, to me, there's no... The real... So that's what I'm saying. What Phil presents on here is probably what he wishes he was in real life, and he likes to fucking pretend that's who he is in fucking real life. But in real life, Phil Burnell is like a fucking meek little fucking coward, essentially. I am utterly convinced of that. Any example we've seen of Phil Burnell in the real fucking world, he has never been a very impressive individual. It seems like he's always seemed very, very reserved, very kind of like, the confidence is not there, the swagger is not there. There's nothing emanating from him which portrays him being fucking comfortable being outside in the real fucking world, surrounded by fucking social, in society. There's people around him, there's oxygen around him, there's air, natural air around him, and Phil never seems comfortable in that fucking environment. He always seems like he's fucking terrified to fucking be there, and he just wants to fucking have his safety of being confined in his little fucking room so he can fucking play games and shout drunkenly at a fucking TV over and over again. That's the impression I always fucking get from Phil Burnell whenever I see him out in the fucking wild anyway.
Never truly know someone. Protecting the privacy of your true self, whatever you perceive it to be, is as important as protecting things like, hell, your social security number, your banking info, your email, your YouTube account, and other things. And fair enough, because a lot of people have said that over the years. They said, gee, is DSP a character or is he a real person, right? And to some extent, I feel like the stuff that I used to do back in the day was absolutely overblown, over the top. Some of that commentary I used to do on fighting games like Street Fighter 4, that was 100% done on purpose. Really inflammatory stuff to get a reaction, right? But that's the thing, like sometimes it's real, sometimes it's fabricated, but it's depending on the situation and stuff.
So Phil's pretending. So I want to remind everyone again, he's had this headline, this YouTube banner, for the longest fucking time. Daily videos, raw gameplay, no bullshit. Well, back in the fucking day, always fucking tried to fucking, sell himself as someone who told it like it was, he wouldn't hold back, and he was being raw and genuine, honest and transparent and all that shit. And now he's retconning that because he realises back in the fucking day, he was an arsehole and everyone thought he was an arsehole. So now he's fucking trying. So now in the future, he's fucking pretending he wasn't honest and there was no, there was bullshit, and he said there wasn't. Basically, Phil Burnell is untrustworthy because anytime Phil claims that he's not bullshitting you, he then in future says that he was, which makes his word completely unreliable.
The thing is, some people are in on the joke, some people aren't. Some people are just like, again, they're kind of ignorant. Now, Abdullah says something interesting in the chat. He says, the comment is kind of dead false. Boogie has a character named Francis, but people still hate him. I will agree and disagree with that comment. Yes, Boogie has a character named Francis, but the character is not representative of who he is. It's supposed to be a character that he acts, and then the people just don't like Boogie because of Boogie. They don't dislike Boogie because of the Francis character. In fact, people kind of know the Francis character is fake, so they like the character. They don't like Boogie and the things that he does and says and the way that he behaves.
Remind you of anyone, Phil?
That's where they got the problem. The man, not the character, right? I will agree with 1 Minute Man. In a case like Dr. Disrespect, he's literally a cartoon character. I think we can all agree. He dresses up like a fucking reject G.I. Joe, right? He literally looks like the G.I. Joe from the second wave G.I. Joe that was terrible. It was like comic relief, terrible stuff. And the stuff he says and does is over the top stupid, but people like it because it's a character, right? I think they know that's not representative of the real guy. He's literally acting a role to get attention, and people like the character, right? So to some extent, that's great, right? Hey, and now you can't say anything that he says is necessarily 100% accurate to what he really feels because it's a character.
Necessarily. We are one away from a full house.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning. When I started on YouTube, again, I called myself the realest motherfucker on the internet. Do you remember that? That's old, that's ancient. But that's the kind of stuff I used to say.
I remember. I just fucking highlighted that kind of shit.
Because I said, when I'm going to rate a game, I'm telling you the truth. I have no way to sugarcoat or crap on it. Either way, I don't benefit. So I'm telling you the truth about a game that I'm reviewing, right?
Now you're telling us you fucking lied back in the fucking day about the things you fucking said and done. So who's lying? Are you lying now about back in the fucking day? Or was past Phil lying now about then? I mean, look, Phil, how can you be fucking trusted when you're openly admitting here that when you said to everyone that you were being real, you weren't? How does this make you trustworthy?
And then I would go and I would play Street Fighter, and I would say like insanely offensive insults to the people I was playing. And people would be like, wow, the realest motherfucker on the internet is a real asshole. Right? So listen, I'm to blame. I know that. I'm to blame for that shit back in the day. I really am. The Street Fighter stuff, the early YouTube stuff, this is all my fault because I didn't have any guide. I didn't have a PR manager or a manager at all to guide me. I didn't have a firm telling me what to do.
Neither have I. Look, Phil, I've managed to not say many sexist, homophobic or racist things, and I too have somehow managed to do that without a PR guide or some fucking firm protecting and giving me a script of what to fucking say. Like, apparently Phil needs his hand held and not to be a racist arsehole. To be a sexist arsehole or something. Like, how was I meant to know you weren't allowed to be fucking racist and sexist on the fucking YouTube? Like, Phil, It should be common sense. And people really like this fucking frame. Okay, give me a second. Let me, okay, I know people want this frame in particular. Let me scroll and see if there's any better ones. Like, is that better, for example? Do people prefer that or that? A or B? A or B? So that's A, that's B. Do people have a preference for A or B? I mean, I guess I can just fucking do both, you know what I mean? I guess it's no big deal. Fuck it, I'll do both. Fuck it, why? I don't know why I need to fucking... Why am I fucking forcing a choice? We can just fucking have the best of fucking both worlds. Give me a second. A or fucking B? I'll take the fucking lot. I'll take an entire fucking stock. Give me a second, guys. So, here's the first one. That worked out very well. Let me just throw that in the members Discord for my members to have some fun and do some bizarre stuff with. Cool. And now let me work on the second one. I guess we can close that tab as well. Right, so and then we go back one frame. I mean, is that even worthy? B1? I don't know. The B, I'll do B. Fuck it, I'll do this as well. Those eyes pop out more, but you know, and he's got a sex doll mouth going on. So we'll do B as well. So give a second here. Do that. And then click on that, go here, go here. Don't mind me, I'm just fucking taking forever doing a shit. And there we go. And I'll just show that members Discord as well. And the members can do all sorts of ungodly things to it. Like, you know, the bizarre imaginations. Yeah, let's get on a bingo. Guys, a reminder, we are one away from a full house. For a bingo that was not planned. For a bingo that was not meant to happen, but only happened because I think Aviga fell asleep or something, then I just can't, you know, we're just fucking done one on the fly. As I said, this is not a planned bingo. Although, Aviga was going to do one because he asked for this card. The reason that tired is the centre square is because I put that there. I was originally going to fucking put Aviga falls asleep. I kid you not. Aviga told me to come up with a fucking centre square, and I was going to fucking put Aviga falls asleep. For his stream, for his content, because he was going to fucking do a restream, and I was going to fucking put that as his centre square for his stream. But I decided against it and just put tired. I compromised and put tired. So, and the ironic thing is, it looks like Aviga fell asleep. I've no confirmation yet, by the way. I have no idea if Aviga actually is sleeping or whatever happened, or maybe I had to fucking do something else in real life. Maybe some. Hopefully it's nothing bad. Hopefully he fell asleep. I would like it if he fell asleep and there's nothing bad happened, obviously.
I didn't have any blueprint, any history of anyone else who had done it before me. I was just winging it. I was shooting from the hip constantly and seeing what worked, and I would try to stick with what worked. And what worked earlier on was basically being as over the top, offensive, pulling no punches, saying whatever I wanted, as much as I possibly could, without being outright racist or sexist. You know, it wasn't like I was.
He was only a little bit racist. He was only a little bit sexist. He wasn't 100%. He was only going about 30 or 40%.
Constantly ragging on a certain race or anything. I call myself the equal opportunity offender. No one was safe. Everything would be made fun of in my content, right? So people kind of knew the joke back then. But then, you know, people then took that into, oh, well, guess what? Now he's a racist, now he's a sexist, you know, as times change and culture changed. But I agree, you know, I'm certainly room to improve. I still have to work on things like anger issues, especially when it comes to fighting games and other thing. I certainly have to work on, you know, like you said, taking the bait. You're right, there's things that people will say to take the bait, and it's like, what gets me is it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter what I say or do, no matter what, it's a rant. Like, if I simply answer a question today, calmly, wow, Phil really went on a rant today.
I mean, guilty. I've also gone on several rants today. You just fucking force it out of me at times. You say a bunch of dumb shit, and I fucking feel compelled to rant like a motherfucker. It is what it is. Nothing I can do. Bugged ranting mechanics, dude.
I sat here and I answered a question calmly, and I ranted somehow, according to the people who don't like me, right? Because again, saying I ranted, it's clickbait. But I mean, so
yeah, you wouldn't catch Phil clickbait or anything. You'd never catch Phil clickbaiting on his fucking channel. Let's scroll down his fucking videos and see what's fucking there. Is there any clickbait here? Would you look at that? Fulton Rage Return. 1k views. Wow, I guess that clickbaiting fucking title really fucking worked out well for you there, eh? Fuck me, man. Yeah, Phil clickbaits all the goddamn time. Fuck me, man. Anyway, scrap. Look, we've got one to go and then we're fucking free.
But you're right, like there's certain things that maybe I should just completely ignore. I don't know, you know, but it's a work in progress. Like, right now I get certain tips, and I know it's a troll, and I just ignore it. I say, gee, thanks, I just move on. I'm not gonna sit here and waste time on that shit, you know? It's just trying to get me worked up or whatever, and I know who these people are now, so I can just completely ignore them. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I agree with 1 Minute Man that I need to grow and improve, and definitely I agree that analyzing my detractors could be like I said, a master's thesis or a fucking, you know, one of these giant scientific journal documents that gets filed, you know. After years of research, here's what we've discovered about atom cracking. Oh, by the way, here's also what we discovered about DSP's detractor community. You know? Let's see here. I got a $1.50 tip from Floppy. Can I get an unban? I did nothing wrong. Yeah, your name is absolutely disgusting. It's a shit-filled toilet, and I'm not going to have you in my chat. Change your name and come back.
Phil, you're obsessed with fucking shit, though. Like, you're fucking absolutely obsessed with fucking scat stuff. I thought that would right up your goddamn alley.
I'm sorry?
Or just make a new account. Monty Mole, thank you for a super chat. Dank did a super chat. Said something about the term you're thinking about is a mouth breather. Actually, no. That's not the term that I was. I know that's another term that can be used as like an insult or whatever. But no, for me, that's not the term that I was trying to use. And Big Fridge did a super chat. Says, would you go on Joe Rogan to clear things up? Joe Rogan would never care about me in any realm of any kind of parallel dimension or multiverse. Joe Rogan doesn't give a shit. I'm a tiny potatoes. You know what I mean? No one cares about me in that regard.
What the fuck would Joe Rogan ask you? Where did a load go?
I would never be a big enough important person for someone like Joe Rogan to want to speak to. You know what I mean? People said that for years. Would you go on the Joe Rogan podcast? What? Joe Rogan has celebrities, political figures, you know, newsworthy people on his show.
Yeah, and YouTubers. And he also has YouTubers on his show.
Oh, he doesn't have a small-time YouTuber who gets 300 views a video on his show.
And quite frankly, those people who make that shit up should be sued. They should be sued into oblivion. But I'm not a rich man, and I don't have the means to do it. You know, some of that stuff out there...
JJNS doesn't really matter. He says, documentaries and other things going on with your videos, what will future generations think about you? It won't matter, I'll be dead. It doesn't matter. What matters is the here and now, that I am making content for people that they enjoy, that they find either entertainment or distraction or sometimes actual factual analysis, intelligence from the things that I do. Whatever it is that people get out of my content, right? That they're getting that out of it now. It doesn't matter what happens in history. In 200 years' time, no one will remember any of us anyway. We'll all be long dead, no one will give a shit. Doesn't matter, you know? Seriously. Do you think that anyone talks about what happened 200 years ago? Right now, it's 2024. Who's talking about what happened in 1824?
1824, What happened in 1824? Hang on a second, let's see. What happened in 1824? Don't mind me, guys. I'm just checking out what fucking events that happened in 1824. And, yeah, I'm just trying to see, is there anything big here? Is there anything big here in 1824? Oh, Phil's birthday, right? Phil's birthday. Nah, nothing really happened there. April. Yeah, April. Nah, not really. Oh dear, in Cairo, 4,000 people killed in a fire. That's fucking awful. Yeah, and October, December. Nah. The death of Lord Byron, though, that's actually a pretty big fucking thing. Lord Byron, Jesus. In the Battle of Junin. In the Battle of Ayacucho. Fuck me, man, yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I thought 1824 was like fucking some sort of battle or something. You know what I mean? Like some historic battle. I know it's some battles, but these aren't very memorable, so there you go. Okay. I don't know why I thought 1824 was a kind of special fucking number, but it is what it fucking is.
Nobody gives a shit, right? I'll be a footnote of a footnote of a footnote of a footnote of a footnote in the annals of internet video creation. No one will care about Dark.
Phil, you won't even be a footnote. You won't fucking feature on the fucking document. Why would you? You have no fucking place on the fucking document.
I feel once I'm gone, you know, it's over, right? And, you know, to be honest, look at sadly people who've passed. You know, guys like Total Biscuit. He was super prominent. Everyone talked about him. You know, top of the community. He passes away. I never hear about Total Biscuit anymore. Like, I don't even hear a reference to him anymore. You know what I mean? That's just the nature of life. Once you're gone, you know, you're gone, and that's it. So, I don't really think anyone's gonna give a crap about me after that. All I care about is now. What, you know, who I help now, what stuff we do together now, and how I help people now. That's what I care about. There you go.
We have one bingo.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Did not expect the random Total Biscuit reference to fucking lead to a there you go, but yeah, we have 2 free spaces, remember?
Burger.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway.
So we won bingo, which is fantastic news. Let's go to live DSP and see how he's doing. He's at $40 right now. Who fucking cares? We're done with fucking bingo. We're done with fucking bingo. Let me update this before we go. We of course we saw. There we go. So our bingo prize fund has gone up to 125 buckaroos. There we go. I had to update that before I fucking forgot. That was yeah, that was fucking Jesus, man. That was an unexpected bingo. I didn't remember. This was not planned. Like Phil was pretty much live at the time, and I'm waiting for the Vega to start a stream. No sign of him. And there's no sign of anyone else to do a stream either. And so I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I was planning just to fucking enjoy a stream anyway. Yes, I mean, but I can't even see a stream, so I'll just do it myself. Why not? Fuck it, YOLO. So yeah, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the random impromptu bingo stream. I do apologise for catching people very unaware. And yeah, as I said, it was not planned, it was not intended to happen, it was not going to happen, but it just happened. I had time anyway, and you know what I mean, so it's done. I will resume, of course. I'm back tomorrow for some, you know, regularly scheduled bingo antics and all that jazz. And I do hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday, however you spend it. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna just peace out now. I'm gonna fuck the fuck off. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. What I end up doing, I'm gonna end how it always ends by playing Notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Thank you very much for being here in the chat and keeping writing the card, and thank you for the contributions as well. You guys are very kind as always. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. But until then, guys, I'm gonna I'm gonna fuck the fuck off. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, guys. See you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money, when you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Free.
Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.
Guys, Phil is currently running a poll in his chat, which is asking his audience which colour PS5 controller should I order. I think Phil broke his PS5 controller, so he's asking his audience which colour controller should he order. Should he order Starlight Blue, Cosmic Red, Sterling Silver, or Galactic Purple? Yeah. So he won't order a new microphone for his fat ass wife to fucking use when they're fucking doing a duo stream together. But he's going to immediately fucking get a brand new PS5 controller. Just thought you guys would like to know that. That's what's happening in Phil's chat right now.